go.
We rolling?
Yeah, Kyler's back.
Back again. This time I'm drinking.
Yeah, that's good.
We shall have a beverage.
Well,
Yeah.
missed the timing, but it's okay.
Cheers, Spencer.
Cheers.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for
Oh
having
wait,
me.
hold on. Let's
Oh, you got to bring it full
yeah, I can
scope
get a
for the
whole
cheers.
different. There we go.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Hey. Woohoo.
All right.
Hell
Got an
yeah, buddy.
official setup.
I like it, man. Feels a little classier than the last couple times I've been in.
Yeah. I'm trying to slowly improve piece by piece.
It's always a process.
Yeah, we were just talking. I have 2 cameras, but I can only use one right now. One of them kept pointing at the ceiling. It's just like,
And you said so those cameras are supposed to like fixate on a target.
Yeah, they're
like a
supposed to
person or
be
something,
like
right?
like tracking. Like, they'll find people in the room. There's even a button on the remote that'll you push the button and it'll track to like the amount of people in the room.
So
It'll
the
zoom
fact-
in and crop it and
The
everything
fact
like
that
that.
it's just snapping to this point in like the corner of the ceiling is a little creepy.
Yeah.
Do you think that your apartment could be haunted?
I mean, there could be a body on the roof or something,
Oh.
Maybe it's seeing the spirit that's still here.
Yeah, I almost died on a roof once. Have ever told that story?
No.
I was working on a swamp cooler on top of this cabinet shop that I was working on. I shouldn't have been working on the swamp coolers anyways because I was an employee at the cabinet shop.
Oh.
But yeah, I was up there just because I was like the jack of all guy that would just fix shit.
Sure.
And I was up there by myself. And the only thing that was wrong with it is that like a swamp cooler needs a water line to like run water into it and drip down and like circulate all that shit. And just like the line that went into the spigot for the water was leaking. So I was just cutting back the pipe a little bit and then refitting it, right? That's all I was doing. But there was like water up there. So I was like literally sitting in a puddle of water. And I didn't realize that like on the power box that powers the unit, the conduit had like shaken out
Oh, geez.
and unthreaded. So the wires were just like up against the unit and the whole thing was hot. And
Oh, geez.
I'm just working away and I didn't know until I was holding the pipe that ran into the spigot and then I grounded myself out on the spigot.
Nice.
And I like I handlebarred down
oh,
and
man.
got like full charge for like, it was like probably 40 seconds. That felt like 40 minutes.
40 seconds?
Yeah, it was terrible. Like my arms went numb. Once I like miraculously let go, I don't know what. I thought I was cooked. I like 15 seconds in, I was like, I'm dead. I'm gonna die.
That's insane.
Yeah,
dude.
it was pretty bad. And yeah, dude, even those 40 seconds was fucking gnarly. And like my heart started feeling weird and everything. And then I let go. And then I just had to like lay up there.
It was probably like 10 seconds.
No, I was because I was fucking yelling. I was screaming bloody murder because it fucking hurt.
Yeah, man, that's nuts.
And yeah, and then I let go, and then I couldn't even like stand up for like probably another 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then I like went back down. And everyone was like, "Where you been?" And I was like, "I don't know who I am right now."
Like I saw God.
Yeah, and then dude, my dickhead manager was like, "Well, you need to go home. Just tough it out, get back to work." And then I was like trying to go back to work, and I was like fucking up numbers and
Yeah,
shit.
your nerves are
Dude,
all fried.
I was fried. I was fucked up. I was like I wasn't one to bitch and try to go home, but I was like, yeah, I got fucking electrocuted, dude.
Electricity will fuck you up.
It was
like,
gnarly.
You
It
have to
was-
recover from that. Like,
Dude, it was
that's
brutal.
nuts.
Yeah, and it was like, dude, just for the longest time, like management and stuff was like, oh, fucking no big deal. Suck it up,
Dick.
I got called Sparky for like a week, The
That's pretty funny,
usual,
though.
the usual blue collar bully culture type shit.
Yeah, I mean, if it's funny, it's funny.
It was funny.
Yeah.
it was pretty funny, man. It was a good time.
You can't just say anti-bullying. Like, come on. Like, that's a lot of jokes.
Bullying is good
yeah,
to an extent.
It's a it's a way to like bring up issues without just
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, there's a limit. That's the thing is, if you're gonna be a bully, you got to make sure you can take a hit.
Yeah,
too.
that's true.
You can't dish out what you can't take.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I've been through quite a bit with. I mean, my family is a military family. So my grandpa was in the Air Force. My dad was in the Navy, and like my other grandpa was in the Air Force, I think, and my brother's in the Marines. It's just like bullying is just kind of like normal. You just talk shit, you know. And try to make it funny so it doesn't hurt so bad.
Right. Yeah.
You know, you could just be a complete fucking asshole, and then, you know, that's too far.
I love shit talking. Shit talking is very important to my culture, and like that's the thing is that if I don't talk shit to you or like pick fun at you, that means I probably don't like you.
Yeah, exactly.
If I say like really cruel personal things about you to your face, it's because I love you.
Yeah, if I'm just super nice to you, like
yeah.
chances are like I don't want to know you.
Yeah, I've had friends fall off because they just couldn't handle like
that's
inside
fine,
jokes and stuff. Like people take things too serious and look into things too deep, and then I'm like, all right, I can't. I'm like, dude, if you're not here for a silly goose time, I'm out.
Yeah,
Can't do it.
I'll just keep going, dude. I don't care. It's just
exactly.
don't hang out.
It's
I don't
like,
know.
oh, you get upset about this? That's another layer to
like
it now.
that's my one rule though. Is like, is it funny? Like, if you can make it funny, then go for it. Say it.
That's what I live for. I live for the giggle, man.
If it's at my expense, like, so be it. I don't,
Exactly.
You know, if it was good, it's like, fuck, you got me.
No matter what I do, if it's funny, I'm in, dude. Hell yeah. How was Sad Dad Summerfest? Is this the first episode you've done since it happened?
Yeah.
You went, right? How was it? I missed out because I'm a loser.
It was great, dude.
Was it a good one?
It was okay.
It seemed fucking
I showed
great.
up. I showed up a little late. I had to pick up my parents from the airport. They went to Europe.
Well, what? It started at
trip.
like 3.
But
I would imagine not everyone was there at 3.
Yeah.
Kinda how those
Unfortunately,
long
I
shows
missed Phage. I wanted to see.
Oh,
Phage.
that's a bummer because Phage is
Yeah,
fantastic.
Phage is usually fucking
Love Derek.
bad. Well, they're always badass on stage.
Yeah.
Every time I've seen them, they're good.
Yeah, and I guess Chris came up and did like some feature vocals. That's
wasn't
very
there.
Cool. Neither was I.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
that's what I heard.
Yeah, I saw pictures of him on stage.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I don't know how it went.
It sucks,
But
dude. I was so disappointed. I walked up. The first fucking person I saw was Derek Hernandez. I walked right up to him and he's like, "Hey, you came?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Did you just show up?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like,
fuck,
you fucking missed Phage. I was like, "Gosh, damn it, dude."
Get over it. Play later in the bill, then, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
I was like, oh well.
No, that's how it goes. No, it seemed like a good one. Like I said, we were talking earlier about the ephemeral, that like press video they did for it.
Yeah.
The promo video where with like the sad dad.
Some goofy ass
video.
video.
It was so funny. Speaking of the giggles, that's all that matters is that was the funniest fucking thing ever. And they're like picking fun at the event, not taking it too serious, which an event like that should be that way in the first place. You know, it's all about dressing up like you're going to the beach and shit and fucking around, having a good time. That's what's up. Hell yeah.
I was gonna wear like a golf shirt and
you didn't?
Like one of those golf hats, you know? No, I didn't.
What did you wear? Just normal garb?
Just normal metal shit, dude. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's fine. Who cares?
There's plenty of other people dressed up. I don't think they needed me.
That's true. Yeah. Did you see Gavin does Sad Mom?
Yeah.
Where he wears like the inflatable big tits.
Yeah, the inflatable
like ass.
Like fat bikini.
Dude, he's
costume.
I fucking love Gavin. Have you had Gavin on here?
No, I haven't.
You should. You should have Gavin. He's a funny little dude, man.
Yeah, there's some list out there somewhere of people I need on.
Yeah.
But
it's gonna keep growing.
I need to keep better track of it.
Yeah, it's gonna keep growing, man. Good though, dude. That's what's job security. Right?
Job.
The more people you have,
call
I know,
it a job.
there's no money in it.
It's
but
a hobby.
You know what I mean?
Hobby security.
Hobby security.
Yeah.
That's great. That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful
It's all
thing.
for free.
That's
I just
good.
do it because it's fun.
As it should be. Hell yeah.
Just have a excuse to have people over for some beers, you know? Everybody's down to record another episode.
Yeah,
So,
dude.
yeah,
I
come
love
back
coming
on.
back.
Yeah, it's
I love
fun.
coming here. You're close by too. It's like a 10-minute drive for me, so I usually don't have an excuse not to fucking come by.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to rip them.
Some guys, it's hard to get them over here because they're like in Chandler or some shit.
Yeah, that's gotta suck. I like living on the north side. I
Connor
like being up
Pose.
here.
Connor Pose lives all the way in Chandler. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey man, come over. He's like, I live in Chandler, dude. Like, did you forget? It's like, fuck.
Dude, I know. I have so many friends that far out east. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
I've always been on the west side, so most of my friends from like high school and stuff are over here. But
Yeah.
everyone new I meet are all east side.
I mean, it makes sense. That's where a lot of the shows are at. So
That's where people move to.
I know a lot of people. Right before COVID, I was gonna move to Mesa. I was like looking at getting a job at Club Red, working with Rob and shit and Yoda, and then COVID happened, and it was like right before I made the jump, and then I was kind of glad that I didn't, because then I just would have been like on this new part of town during the shutdown and during all that shit.
Yeah. Luckily, Arizona didn't get hit all that bad though.
Not that bad, but shows were toast.
Yeah,
so that was gonna be my job.
Like the entertainment industry, like that, the live audio and everything, like all of that got pretty fucked up.
Do you remember the studio show that Condemned Till Dawn did? Were you there for that?
I did not go to that.
It was like a few weeks into the shutdown and shit. Where it was
remember
very rebellious.
I remember them doing that and then thinking like that's fucking dumb.
I know. Throughout the night, I was like anxious. I was like, someone's gonna talk shit. Like someone's gonna like put us on blast.
Yeah, it's just like I didn't necessarily ever like buy into the whole super spreader event thing. I was like, this is kind of dumb. Like,
but
I never saw anybody like dying in the streets. Like, I didn't see anybody like there wasn't any mass deaths here in Phoenix.
So what we had maybe like 40, 50 people together for a show in a studio.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You know how many people got sick?
Yeah.
You know how many people died?
I don't know, like 2 people got sick, maybe.
8 people died. No, I'm just kidding. No one got fucking
Only
sick.
Only 8 of us.
Yeah, no, it was
not that.
It was fine.
Pretty good numbers.
It was fine. Yeah, we didn't do it at the fucking
I just thought it was
home.
dumb because of the publicity of it, right? You're saying like, oh, fuck the lockdowns, let's do this show.
No, we didn't
and then,
even.
like,
that's the thing is, I don't think we really publicized it. We put like maybe a little clip up of us jamming it, but it wasn't like an immediate. It wasn't like a political. Like,
it just looked dumb at the time. It was like, okay.
Well, dude, that's the thing is like
ahead.
The amount of people that like grabbed my shoulders and looked me in the eyes was like, I needed this so bad tonight just to like get out and socialize and like feel a little tiny show for a bit. Like I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we did it. It was fun.
I was already
the cat.
Yes, little DJ
podcat.
I was already like socializing and stuff. My work wasn't affected at all. So
yeah, my work was hardly affected by it really. I think at the time of COVID, I was working in that cabinet shop I was just talking about. So it was like mask up for a while, but there was varying levels of.
I was doing pool electric outside, digging trenches to run pipes and wire, and like, wiring up pool lights and rebar.
We can't catch that shit outside, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Why are we
didn't mask up or anything.
I feel like that wave's completely
my life just
gone.
didn't change. So I went to work with the same dudes. We did the same shit. And my life didn't change at all. I had talked to the same people. It's I wasn't really going to shows then anyways. So it's not like a huge chunk of my life got ripped out of me. Like,
oh, dude, it fucked me up.
It was like you were going to shows all the time.
Constantly.
Yeah, other people were.
It was such a 180 in my, and it was like the only thing I had, even like kind of how I am now. It's my whole life.
Yeah.
So like it stopping was like, fuck. Like, yeah, I still had my job, but that depressed the shit out of me because it was just like, all right, I go to my job and I go home. Yeah. Then what?
Yeah, I was with Arcanaut at the time.
Yeah.
I was working with Arcanaut and they weren't really doing much during those times. And it's not like we could go play live shows. So it just turned into like practice every week and we would just fucking hang out. Yeah. That was like my social time, Well,
dude, it's funny. A lot of bands practice remote these days.
Yeah.
Like even Phage.
Yeah,
I know.
Phage.
I don't know. Did Derek talk about that or anything on the podcast?
Yeah, they do most of their shit remotely.
Yeah. They like
practice like once a month.
And practice. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Times have changed, dude. Times have changed.
Yeah, you can send the recording and just practice to that recording. You don't have to practice live.
That's all you need to do. Well, yeah, I've met and am friends with a lot of like live session guys now.
Yeah.
So obviously it's not like they meet up with their buddies every week and play. It's like, no, you just grind out the shit at home until you're good. And then you have to go do the fucking damn thing.
Yeah, just wait till you can have like an AI audio assistant. Just take all the stems and just you give it the stems and you click go. And it just mixes and masters your shit.
God.
It just has to be passable, dude.
Does it? But it'll never be raw human art. Fuck that. And at least
get pretty fucking close, man.
That is funny though. Little AI like front of house. Like
AI mixing and mastering.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like gonna be the first. It's gonna be easier to mix and master it with a robot than it is to play the guitar with a robot. So you're gonna have a human write the guitar.
Yeah.
And then just as it's recording, dude, it's gonna fix it as it's recording. Just tweak this here. The timing's a little off there. You missed that note. I'll just fill it in.
You're totally right. That might happen.
It's gonna, it'll probably make everything sound too perfect though.
I don't know. Dude, I hate the term AI though because it's not accurate.
Not really.
It's a nomenclature. What everyone has on their phone now, they're like Chat GPT. It's not artificial intelligence. It's not creating its own thoughts. It's Googling at a very rapid rate.
It's data compilation.
Thank you. Yeah. That's all it is. So when people are like, AI is going to take over the world, it's like, no, it'll just type funny shit for you, which I was very against it until this last tour I went on. And those guys showed me how much fun the AI in Meta is. You can just make it say like the funniest shit. Like they'd be like AI in the group chat for the tour. They'd be like AI fire Kyler right now. And it was like in a WWE manner. And dude, AI will fucking do that shit. Just like in a second, it'll be like, "You fucking scum, Kyler. You're done. You're totaled. This is terrible."
There was one time I got curious. I tried to write a episode description, like for the podcast.
Oh no!
I tried to do it. Just like, what if I did this? Like, I always type my own just because I add little jokes that are just stupid that AI would never know.
Right.
You know, little inside jokes.
Yeah.
And so I just do it myself because it's only like a sentence. I don't do anything crazy as far as descriptions.
What did it give you though?
It didn't stop. It just kept going and going and going. It's like, stop. Like I had to click to tell it. And I read, and it was like this 2-paragraph long thing, just in the depths of the Arizona desert and through the sweltering heat and like surviving all the most extreme conditions. And
it goes
just
deep.
It just kept going and going and going. I was like, this is way more than I ever would have read.
That was it. The meta AI on Facebook was used practically on the Ascended Dead tour. There was a night where we got a hotel, right?
Yeah.
It's the middle of the night. We get there. It was like a nicer hotel too. It was like a Hilton night for us. And we get up to the room and we go to open the door and the fucking lock hits, right? Like the little safety lock.
Yeah.
And we're like, what the fuck? We're like, is it just fucked up or is there someone in there? And I was like trying to I shine my flashlight in there. And there was like some very angry gentlemen inside of the hotel room that we had given keys to.
So someone
was in the room that they gave us keys to. And then we went down, we had to complain. And then he was like, oh, we can only give you a room with one bed now. So it was like 5 dudes in a room with one bed. And it was just a nightmare. And like the next day, it was weird because like so when I tour manage, I book the hotels through like Priceline.
Okay.
So there was like a weird middleman situation where it was like, all right, well, we need a refund on this because it was fucked up. Like some big scary black dude tried to assault us because we almost walked into his room. We had to waste time getting into a new room. We all had to sleep on the floor. Like it was kind of a fucked experience. So we were like, emailing and like the help texting the hotel and Priceline back and forth. And like there was kind of a back and forth thing for a minute where it was like Priceline was like, well, you need to settle it with the hotel. And the hotel was like, you need to settle it with Priceline. And then John put into Meta AI like, hey, write me a formal complaint email about getting a refund on this hotel room. And it laid out this very professional, like deep cutting, like we are not satisfied with our stay, like this, and this, and like had all the details. He just copy and pasted and sent it, and then we got the refund.
Wow.
Like barely had to edit the chat. Like we were just stressing about it on the road and stuff. And I was like, dude, we were like, yeah, dude, just see what Meta AI says about it. Dude.
That's pretty awesome.
And Meta came out with this like perfect complaint. And
we
ended up getting a full refund. It was great.
Good enough.
Yeah, it was awesome. I think that was the only time we had some fucked up shit with the hotel.
Yeah.
That was crazy though, dude. Fucking walking into, and luckily they had the little lock thing.
So where was that? You were on tour with Thra, and was it like near the?
This wasn't with Thra. This was with Ascended Dead. This was my last tour in May. The full month that I did with Ascended Dead. Yeah, this wasn't with Thra.
All right. So you were with Ascended Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then where were you at when you went into the...
I'm trying to think. This was like... God, I could
not important.
No, it was like... I'm trying to remember. It was somewhere in the South. I don't remember exactly what day it was. I think it was like... I want to say it was like before North Carolina or something.
Kentucky.
It was either after Philly or after Virginia or some shit. I think it was right after Virginia.
Huh.
So somewhere south of Virginia. I don't know. Dude, it's hard to keep up. It's like I'm already like wiping that tour, dude. It's like I have to start journaling on these tours, man, because I just forget shit. Because like every night's like a movie sometimes, and like crazy shit happens, and there's all these good stories. But then a month goes by, and it's been 24 fucking shows. So they all just kind of like melt together.
I've never gone to that many shows in 1 month. Like that's insane.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
I live
I'm
for this
sure.
shit.
It sounds hilarious.
I'm
like,
very happy
awesome.
to be in the position I am with tour managing now. It's like every time I go out, I get another opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And so this year so far, I did like 2 weeks with Thra and Reburied. It was like end of March into early April.
Yeah.
And then all of May with Ascended Dead, we did a full month. That was a great fucking tour. Just fucking love those guys. Just a great time. And now I have Thrall coming up again in August 9th through August 31st. Doing like a little over 3 weeks. Kind of just everything but the West Coast, because we did the West Coast on those 2 weeks earlier in the year. So going out to the East Coast and kind of some other fucking places. And then I have another full month, the 20th of September to the 20th of October with Skeletal Remains. And that's a tour where they're co-headlining with Bewitcher and Phobophilix opening. And yeah, it's another full month. So that'll be 4 tours this year. And let me think about it. It's like 4 weeks plus 4 weeks plus 5 weeks. 8 plus 5. It's like 14 weeks on the road this year.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, so it's a new record for me. And it's funny because I talked to some of these fucking road dogs, these road warriors. And it's like, I'm just scratching the surface.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing it part-time still. But it's a lot more than I've ever done. And yeah, dude, those months, it's like getting into that last week, you get a little stir crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, doing like a month. And the Ascended Dead tour, we had 2 days off.
2 days?
2 days. And one of them was
a nice 2 days.
No, because one of them was right at the beginning, right? One of them. So that tour started in Vancouver, Canada, which I flew into Portland early, and then I was hanging out up there because I know people up there, and I didn't have my passport yet. I'm working on getting my passport.
Yeah,
right
I was
now.
like, did you have your passport?
No. They went up and did the first date in Canada without me because I didn't have my passport yet. I'm working on getting it now because there's also 2 Canadian dates on the Skeletal tour.
Oh, better.
So I got to get that dialed in.
Hope that works out for you.
Yeah, it will. I'm gonna get it in time. Like it's awesome because Arizona's a really good place to get your passport.
Interesting.
You can get it pretty quick, and you don't even need I can get just like the little booklet one to get to Canada. Yeah. If you're not flying overseas, it's like it's a simple process. So I'll be able to figure that out. But I didn't have it for this tour, so they went up and did Vancouver, and then drove down, and then the second date or my first date was in Portland.
Yeah.
And then the third date of the tour was one of the days off, because we drove to Bakersfield, California from Portland. And that was one of the days off, was right at the beginning.
Yeah, that's a long ass drive.
It was fucked. I mean, no, it wasn't too bad because we had the day off, and luckily I have a friend named Magic, that's his name on his birth certificate and his driver's license is Magic. And he lives in a place called Dunsmuir, California. And it's like this beautiful little mountain town, like right around Shasta, where like Shasta Mountain is or anything in California.
No.
It's like Northern Cali. Fucking beautiful. And we stopped. That was like our halfway point there and back down, because like the routing was a little fucky on this tour, because right at the beginning. So yeah, these guys they live kind of scattered, but they mostly live in Portland. And so like I said, there was those first 2 dates up there. Then we drove down to Bakersfield, did some Southern California stuff with Undergang and Auction Destroyer, and then drove back up to Seattle for Northwest Terror Fest. So we did like Eugene, Oregon instead of Portland on the way back up, which is great. Actually, there's a really great fucking venue out there called John Henry's that I've been to twice now, and it's fucking awesome.
John Henry's?
I do yeah.
Do you know what it's named for?
John Henry said to his mother, "A man named nothing but a man."
I guess I don't know the reference.
I don't know. There's one song that I know called John Henry. And I doubt it has any relevance with that.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. Yeah, John Henry's.
Maybe it is.
It's the bar.
Maybe. That's exactly
I probably should have asked, because I talked to the owner a little bit this last time.
Yeah, that was my first question. You didn't ask like who's the fuck is John Henry?
No, I should have. I was having like deep conversations with the owner, because I was telling him how I'm a contractor and I wish that I lived up there, because the green room was like this huge. It was like just like the basement of the entire venue was the green room.
Nice.
But there was no bathroom.
Oh.
And I was like, dude, I wish I could build you a bathroom down here. He's like, yeah, I want to. It's just expensive. Yeah.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
I guess I don't know much about plumbing.
Hook it up to a vacuum
in a basement.
Just make it shoot up.
Is that what you do, really?
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd do the finish work.
They don't make that shit.
That'd be crazy, dude. It's like in a clear pipe too, so after you take a dump and you flush, you can watch it go.
You can see
it's like the bank, when they send you your shit through the pipe.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That'd be perfect, dude.
That'd be a great idea. That's what I should have pitched him.
You throw a sponge through there every once in a while so you can clean it up so you can see the next one.
Oh well. maybe I'll see him again. I will be so I'll be on the West Coast one more time.
One more time.
Yeah, with Skeletal towards the end of the tour. That kind of goes through and wraps around. That's a full US tour. Yeah.
And you should do like a just do like a video blog for it, you know?
I
Just
was
like
gonna-
every night before like at the end of the night, every night, just do like a 30-second like, hey, our night was fucking crazy. This is what we did this time. We were at this venue. Just document it. Like just
Hell
lay
yeah.
out the facts
I
every time, you know?
That's what I was thinking this time.
That'd
Is
be cool.
I especially if I do more touring throughout the years, like I have to like journal or something to keep like
Even
some
if
of
you
these
did it
stories
as like
in line.
live videos on Instagram, it would be recorded.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
It would be documented.
Yeah,
You know?
I should do some shit like that. Well, I brought my GoPro this last time, and I was gonna like do like a tour recap video for Ascended Dead, and then I don't know. I was driving and tour managing, and it's a lot.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And-
Like if you keep it short and sweet, maybe
Yeah.
like a 20-second clip of you just literally laying out the facts. We were here tonight.
Dude,
we were at this place in
this
this city,
happened.
and this
Yeah.
happened.
There are
like,
so
have
many
a good
stories.
night. Click.
There's so many crazy stories.
Yeah,
There's,
dude,
like,
you could just make it one sentence. Then it'll at least jog your memory later if you want to tell it in person.
in New Orleans, this lady brought a parrot that was like on her shoulder.
Yeah.
It was like I
To
was
the
like,
venue?
Yeah. Yeah,
Nope.
and I was like, oh, she got like a fake bird. She's like doing a pirate get up, and then I saw the bird go like, "Bark, bark," and I was like, oh, I was like, that's a real bird. And then I went and said what's up to the bird, and the bird like chewed on my hair and stuff. It was a cute bird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that was
only-
cool.
I only think about like animals at shows because they're hearing, you know? I think about that all
How
the
do
time.
birds hear? See, because I was thinking
They
about
have
that
ears.
too.
They have ears. They're just under their feathers.
Maybe the bird went deaf.
But maybe it's already deaf, dude. Who knows?
Probably. It seems like she takes the bird to shows. So-
Yeah, like people who bring dogs to shows. Those
I feel
dogs
like
are
we've talked
probably
about
deaf.
this.
Yeah, we
Or
have.
there's a venue out here that used to have like a venue dog, and I was like, that's cute, but it was like a Dalmatian with these like big ass
Yeah,
ears, and I
and
was
it had
like,
the vest on and everything.
yeah, and I was like, oh, come on.
I think it's at the Rebel Lounge.
I think it's Pub Rock.
Yeah, actually, it's Pub
It's
Rock.
Pub
It's
Rock,
Pub
and I
Rock.
haven't seen it in a while. I think that was like the previous owner. They've changed up and stuff. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I see people bring
Pub Rock's
dogs to
alright.
shows. I'm like, that's so crazy.
There was I've been expanding my show going experiences, and I went to a blood rave last night.
A blood rave. Oh yeah,
blood rave.
I saw your story. You said this ain't no Blade.
Dude, this ain't like Blade.
Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, Emilio hit me up and he was like, "What are you doing tonight?" And I was like, "I'm going to a blood rave." And he was like Blade. And I didn't even think about it yet. I was like, "Oh
Blade?
yeah, like
Amelia-
fucking Blade."
Amelia
dude.
said that?
Yeah, dude. And I
Like
was like,
Blade?
"Fuck yeah, like Blade." And then, dude, that was like my bit the whole night.
Yeah.
It's like I was walking in and stuff and like looking at all these like half naked women. I was like, "Is this like Blade? Are you a vampire?" Like, just fucking around, dude. Because I don't really go to that stuff. But I went, and at one point we were walking out to smoke a cigarette, and we see a baby stroller rolling in, right? And I'm like, is someone bringing their baby to the blood rave right now? And no, it was a 5-month-old goat.
A goat.
Yeah.
That seems more appropriate than a baby, honestly.
It's definitely more appropriate than a baby, but it was still kind of like, but I was stoked about it. The goat's name was Winnie. It was adorable. I said hi to the goat, but it was sick because we went out, we smoked a cigarette real quick, and then we were walking back in, and the guy's rolling out he's like leaving with the goat. And I guess the guy who put on the event's name was Spooky. Go figure. And
How original.
I know. I was like, wow. And fucking, it was so funny though, because the guy with the goat's leaving, and we were like, "Oh, you leaving already? Bye, Winnie. Bye, goat." And dude, the dude's like pissed, and he's like, "Yo, if you see Spooky, let him know I said fuck you." He was like, "He won't let my goat in."
Dude, he's so
He was
mad.
pissed. He was pissed.
He's mad because he brought a goat and,
I
the
was
guy
like, I
said
thought about it. I
no.
was like, yeah, I guess they're kind of like that kind of sucks, but also like, did you ask beforehand if you could bring your goat?
You just assumed he would let you bring a goat in.
It was a little strange. And then it was funny because then I walked back in and like I recognized the dude who was like working the door area, and I knew that it was the guy running it, whose name
Yeah.
was Spooky. And he was like, "Hey, welcome back, guys." And I was like, "I got the goat in my pants." I was like, "I'm sneaking the goat in. Fuck you, Spooky." And then he was like, "What?" He's like, "Shut up." I think he was like on Molly or something, dude. I don't know. But he was just kind of like, "What?" And then he was like, "Fuck yeah." And then he was like, "Fuck that guy. That guy was trying to be slippery. That guy was trying to get his goat in here." I was like, "What transpired?"
What would he
dude?
need a goat for?
Oh, chicks.
Like, why did...
Because there was a good walk through an alleyway between like the first gate where they
he's
check your
just
ID
trying
and where
to
you get let in.
pick up girls with
Oh
the
yeah,
goat?
because I was walking out with 2 girls, and of course they were immediately like, "Oh my god, a baby goat!"
Yeah, he had no
like,
chance on his own, huh?
That's what I said. I was like, he's about to just clean this place out with this goat.
Well, without the goat, he had no
Without
chance.
the goat, no chance.
No chance.
Not a good looking dude. But with the goat, he
You're
was
just weird enough.
he was gonna get
It's
to
weird
some
enough to
business.
pass that
And then,
line.
yeah, he was just pissed. He was like, I guess I'm going to a fucking strip club with his goat or something. I don't know. He was out of there and he was pissed. He was like, you see Spooky, you let him know. I said, fuck you. I was like, damn.
Paid $500 for this goat for nothing.
Yeah, Blood Rave. It was fine. It wasn't like Blade.
No.
No.
What kind of music was it?
Like
just drum and bass. Like,
yeah, just like loud DJ shit. Yeah, it was, which I'm getting more into. I went to a couple weeks ago. I went to like a goth night too.
Yeah.
And the venue for that was like super cool. I forget what it's called, but it was like very dungeon-esque in there and like black lights and shit.
Interesting.
And that was cool. That kind of had a vibe to it. And that was more of like a bar, like hang out, enjoy. They had vendors on the patio and shit, like selling art and like necklaces and shit like that. Like that was pretty cool. But the Blood Rave thing was kind of, I don't know. It was all right.
Yeah.
It was all right, man.
It's kind of gimmicky.
It was all right. Well, it was funny too because at first they were just like, they had like squirt bottles with like really runny kind of red dyed water essentially. And I was like, all right, this is kind of lame. And then they had another spot for like photos and
like corn syrup or something.
it was fucking paint. I probably still have some like, dude, look, there's like paint on my keys and shit.
Paint?
Like, dude, it was like, they were like, it's corn syrup and paint. And I'm like, that's still gonna, dude, I spent
It's not okay.
so much time getting paint out of my hair.
Yeah.
And it wasn't water-based paint either, because like in the shower it just clumped up instead of like running off. It was fucked. It was pretty fucked up.
That's
So it was
pretty-
like not
yeah.
enough blood and then too much blood. No vampires, no Blade,
Yeah.
drum and bass. It was all right. But I had fun. I like going to these things. You know, there's a goat for a minute. That was probably my highlight.
Should've just grab the goat, dude. Just take
Dude,
off.
I know. Well, it was funny. Yeah, when I walked back and he was like, "Hey guys, welcome back," and I was like, "I'm smuggling in the goat. There's nothing you can do, Spooky. You can't stop me from bringing this goat in. This goat needs blood." Well, I was wondering if they were gonna like behead the goat.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Right?
Are they using the goat?
That seems appropriate.
Is it going to be used?
Used lightly. It's on Marketplace the next day. Just head disconnected, lightly used goat.
Lightly used goat. Yeah.
Dude, I love it. Hell yeah.
Like half blood, you know.
Yeah.
It's
No
not all,
one,
not
no
all
one
the
blood.
No more blood.
Needs a blood change.
Yeah. Stupid.
Fuck, man. What else is new?
What is
don't
new?
know.
I don't know what's new.
It's been a weird. It's been a crazy year for me.
Yeah, for
had-
you
yeah,
specifically,
yeah.
you've been doing a lot of.
Well, yeah, just the touring and shit, and like to get fucking dreary on you. It was a gnarly beginning of the year because February 1st is when I got a phone call that my father passed away.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, and I had like a very estranged relationship with my father.
Yeah.
I did not like the guy. He got worse and worse later and later in my life. With
Like
just
you tried to, so you like tried to connect with them?
I did when I
Or-
was younger, like in my later teenage years. Like I moved out when I was 17
Okay.
and shit just to get away from him. And then yeah, it just got worse and worse. And then yeah, I didn't say a word to him these last few years, like these last like 4,
It's just
maybe
like-
5 years.
Yeah.
I had no communication whatsoever, which like kind of makes it like it was a lot to process and more difficult. Because like I thought that I was just like separated from that, and then he fucking dies, and it's like, well, someone's got to go clean out his house, right? Next of kin.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of just have to flood back into all that shit, and then like I've had some nights and some moments where I'm like, all right, well maybe if I fucking put all of the bad shit to the side and tried to be there for him more, you know, and he wasn't just alone. He ended up moving up to Prescott, and he didn't have much. Or a lot of people, because he fucked up a lot of shit in his life. Even after I was out of his life, he was married to this nice lady who came with a bunch of money.
Burning bridges
and
is real, dude.
He burned them all, dude.
You burn enough bridges, like you have nowhere to go.
He burned them
Like,
all.
You're gonna get fucked.
And yeah, he did not have much going for him up there. And it's like, you know, sometimes I think like maybe if I was in the picture, would have been different. Maybe he wouldn't have fucking drank himself to death in Prescott.
Maybe he would have anyways.
Maybe he would have
I mean,
anyways, exactly. Because I tried for a long time when I was younger and it didn't really pan out.
Dude, alcohol is crazy though. I mean, you can get super addicted to alcohol.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not it's just as addictive as like fucking crack, dude. You know? If you get into that pattern, you will not stop.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's funny because even before this, I think it was my last podcast where it was in October, and I wasn't drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I go out on these tours too, I almost never drink. I'm pretty much dead sober on those tours because I'm
Well,
driving
you're
and I'm
working.
managing.
Yeah, you're working the whole
There's no
time,
room
pretty
for it.
much.
Maybe I'll have a fucking Jaeger Red Bull.
Yeah, sure.
But like if I know I have a long drive that night, I'm not touching the shit. I'm having 3 Red Bulls. So yeah, and since then too, I've gone way lighter as well. I'm not smoking as much weed either. Like I'm pretty sober, but also since I've been pretty sober, I'm drinking more while I'm home. While I got this month back home, just chilling out and enjoying it.
I mean, it's hard to get carried away on beer, you know.
Yeah, well, I don't drink very much anyways. Even when I do drink, I drink pretty light.
Yeah, that's why I drink these guys. Yeah, you drink 2 or 3 of these, and you're feeling pretty good. You know?
I wonder how this looks in the koozie.
It's all right. Kind of sticks out.
It's pretty cool.
They make
My
tall
patented
koozies.
Northwest Terrafest koozie.
I almost got a Yeti koozie that would fit the tall cans. They have different size
How
Yetis.
much was it?
Well, that's why I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like fucking $40
$40
to keep a beer cold.
I thought it was gonna be like 10.
A Yeti? No, dude.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It's for the name. It's because it says Yeti in plain letters.
Ugh.
You don't like
Yeti.
it?
I like this beer. I don't like Yeti. I was expressing. I was imagining that I was drinking out of a Yeti thing. It's kind of a gimmick.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
gimmick
it is.
brand. They charge too much.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I don't know who would buy a $200 cooler.
Not me.
Yeah, styrofoam one for fucking
Yeah,
$3, dude.
Yeah, fucking blow it up at the end of the day. Who cares? Fuck. What'd you
Just
do for
smash
what'd you do for the 4th of July? You get in anything?
Nothing really. I don't know.
I hate
didn't
fireworks.
Really do much.
I think they're lame.
Yeah.
I think it's like ape brain stuff.
Yeah,
big
it's not
shiny
that
boom.
it's not that cool. Like what do
Fuck
you
up the atmosphere.
like, do something cool.
Right.
It's just like
I didn't eat a single hot dog though. I'm pretty mad at myself. I feel like I missed out.
I got a fridge full of hot dogs. You can cook some.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude,
I got hot dogs
that'd be
in the
so
fridge.
sick to like bring out a little plate, like a hot plate, and just like make hot dogs on the podcast.
Just throw them in an air fryer.
Dude.
And just
I love hot dogs. I live for the dog.
I was actually talking with Justin Massey, and he's been getting into cooking lately, I guess.
Well, he's got
And
callback. Actually,
yeah.
I sold him my father's smoker.
Oh, really?
It's one of
Yeah?
the things that was at my dad's house that I got, and
Nice, dude.
it was just sitting around.
Do you
It's
know
like
if
a
he's
small
using it?
smoker. Yeah, dude, he's making stuff on it all the time.
Hell yeah. That's
So
cool.
I'm glad that it like went to a friend of mine that I can still like eat off of it every once in a while. But I wasn't
Awesome.
really gonna do anything with it. I was trying to recoup some fucking money from his.
Well,
passing,
you
'cause he
helped
didn't have
out. You
insurance.
helped out Justin further his
Yeah.
craft, right?
It was,
you helped out Justin. With
Exactly.
It, and-
Yeah. So I'm
that's
always
cool.
super. Every time I see him posted, he like made something on it. I'm like, oh,
Nice.
that's good. I'm glad
Yeah.
that that's getting put to good use by a friend.
Yeah, I
of mine.
was thinking about starting like a branch of this channel, like a cooking channel.
cooking
with like the
channel?
metal guys, you know,
That'd be
like
sick.
find like a recipe from each one of the bands or some shit
Dude,
like that.
some of these metal guys can cook, man. I know Rob likes to eat. Zach
Luis.
and Thra works at
Luis.
Linger. He can make a hot dog.
Dude, there's one time I was with Arcanaut and we cooked in Luis's kitchen, and he made these Philly cheesesteaks. But he had like a creme brulee torch, and he like melted the cheese over it. Like when he was done, like toasted the bread and
Luis,
everything.
you
Like
dirty
dude, it
girl.
was insane. He bought each one of us a loaf, like this loaf of like bread from a bakery. So
Sick.
everyone had this big ass loaf, and we each got a sandwich that size. Like we each had a package of the steak. Like I took half of mine home. I was like, this is too much,
Hell
dude.
yeah,
It
dude.
was such a massive sandwich. I was
That's
like, dude,
awesome.
it's fucking sick.
I love it.
I wanted to get a video of it so bad, but
That's what's up, dude. That's a good idea. Yeah, a little
I just
cook
didn't
off.
plan for it.
Oh
you know?
yeah, it was sick. It was like Dakota's like birthday party at Tim and Justin's house, and they put like frozen pizzas on the smoker.
Nice.
And at first I was like, this is dumb, and then I ate it.
No, that's all right.
It's like the best frozen
It sound-
pizza I've ever
yeah,
had in
that
my
sounds
fucking
alright.
life. It was fucking good, dude.
Yeah, if you get it hot enough,
Kind
it's
of
fine.
smoky, crunchy.
Can't be worse than normal. Like
No, it was great. Because I thought it was dumb, but it was great because a few of us partook in some mushrooms
nice
that night, and Justin had quite not a heroic dose, but
How much was it? Do you remember?
I don't recall exactly what he took.
Heroic dose is 7.
Oh no, he did not do 7. He maybe did half that.
So
Probably
an
a little, probably less than
like
I don't
an
know,
eighth?
maybe around an eighth. I don't know what Justin did, but he was on a lot, and it was funny because we had he took them, and we were hanging out for a while, and he's like, "Let's make pizzas on the smoker," and he puts his pieces on the smoker, and then he's just like kind of fucking out of it, and he was like the one that was supposed to be in charge of the pizzas on the
Sure.
smoker. So I started. I'm like trying to stay on top of it, and I'm on a little bit too. I did like I microdosed. I did like 1.5 grams or some shit that night. But
That's a pretty good dose.
I was asking him. I was like, hey, dude. I was like, I checked the pizzas. How much more time you think they need? And he was like, oh, dude, I just put them on. Give them like 10, 15 more minutes. And I was like, okay. I mean, we put them on a while ago, but that's fine. And then like 10 minutes goes by, and I go back over to him, and I'm like, hey, so about the pizzas, like, you think maybe I should take them off? And he was like, no, man, I just put them on. Give them like 10 minutes.
And you're like, okay.
And I was like, I see what's happening now. And then I gave him like 5 more minutes, and then to test him, and I came back and I was like, hey, it's been like another 10 minutes. What should I do with the pizzas? Dude, chill. I like just put those on. Give them like 10 more minutes.
Yeah, okay.
And then I went and checked them, and they were starting to burn on the ends. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna take them off. And then he was like, why'd you take them off? Oh, those are fucking burnt.
Yeah, Justin.
Sick. They weren't too burnt though. They got eaten. But dude, it was just like such a cliched fucking mushroom thing. It was so funny. We're just like he was just losing time.
Yeah, time doesn't exist. Dude.
Out of the picture for him, man. It was so great. It was so funny, dude. It was so funny. Because as soon as I knew it was going on too, that was like my joke around. I was just like, hey, 10 more minutes, guys. Don't worry. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I always do that on mushrooms, man. I always just lose time.
Just lose track of time, yeah.
Oh, it was just 5 minutes ago. It's like,
well, it's freakier when it goes the other way. When you're like, it's probably been like an hour, and then it's been like 3. And you're like, whoa.
Yeah, time. It's like,
what day is it?
It like stretches and like
I've had some gnarly ones, dude. I had a really bad trip at a friend of mine's house a few years ago, and it was just weird. It was creepy because it was a house that I'd hung out in a lot before, and I think I did like 6 grams, like almost a heroic.
Damn.
And it was with a group of friends. We were having fun, and then his roommate came out. And that's kind of where my trip, and he wasn't on anything. And for some reason, him being in the room and like his dogs, he had like 2 dogs too. I think it was like a German Shepherd and like a Husky.
Yeah.
Like 2 big dogs. And for some reason, they are like what sent my trip in the wrong direction. And I started like really freaking out. And I left the fucking house. Like I just had to leave.
Scared of the dogs?
No, just like him and the dogs. And it wasn't even like I was scared of them. It's not like I thought they were like scary. It just, I got like this really bad feeling.
They're like too intense
and
or
then,
something?
And then I started like I started experiencing ego death. I started thinking about death a lot. And I started thinking about like, am I dead? Is this real? Am I dying?
Like nothing will ever be the same.
That whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Like for real. And then I left. And one funny part of the story is I left, right? And then like a couple days later, I heard that after I had left the house and no one knew where I was, they all like went out front to look for me. And someone was like, someone should call him. And then one of them, they were all high on mushrooms. And they were like, Kyler. And he was like, no, I mean, call his phone. And he was like, oh, I thought you meant he's in the tree or something. Really like, Kyler.
Just call out for him.
But no, what's freaky about this is I had that really bad trip. I ended up leaving. I like walked like halfway home and then got a ride from a friend somehow, even though I could barely use my phone. Like I was gacked. I was like really having like, I went and sat in this park for a few hours and just like thought about my whole life and like death. And like, it was one of those hard reset trips for me. And then it was really just fucking with me. I was like, why did seeing Bobby like fuck me up? And a few days later, my friend who lived in the house, Anthony, called me. Or I was at work and he like texted me and he was like, hey, I just found Bobby dead. Bobby was like 25. He had like just like severe like liver failure like that or something. Like just like his body just like shut down in his sleep.
What the
And he was
fuck?
just fucking, he was gone. It was a horrible like traumatic experience for Anthony. Whole thing. It like all hit me kind of at once. I was like, oh fuck, did I like have a premonition about this? Like why did I freak out when I saw him? Crazy. And then like I went to the house to help him like clean out the bedroom and stuff. And as soon as I walk in, the dogs are like, you know, just like out of it and know something's wrong. And I was like, fuck, dude. Like it all kind of hit me like at once. I was like I don't know. Dude. Like I'm not like super spiritual and stuff, but like something about being deep in a trip and seeing him and seeing like, I don't think I could tell the future just because I ate something that grew out of the ground.
Well,
but like they are specifically what set my trip off. And it was like a week later that happened.
Well, I mean, I've heard plenty of stories like specifically talking face to face with people that I know, not just on podcasts.
Yeah.
But I've heard a lot of shit from podcasts too that are kind of makes you question. But I think that there's like some sort of like knowledge out there that everyone can access.
Yeah.
That kind of transcends time. You know, like you can pull knowledge from a timeline that's in the future, you know. And
maybe. I don't know. It was weird, man.
I mean, stories like this make me
Yeah.
just really buy into it. That,
Yeah.
like there is knowledge out there that's beyond time. Like you knew something.
Yeah, I don't
There
know.
was something there.
And it was weird because it's not like I saw, he's going to die.
Yeah, exactly.
But
you had a feeling
started
about it,
like it was like I felt like my teeth like I felt death. Like I felt like my blood boiling under my skin and like my teeth melting. Like I started like melting into myself. Like I started freaking the fuck out.
I think you tapped into that like knowledge of whatever's out there.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't like to think about it that way. You know,
that's how I think about it.
It wasn't because it weirded me out because I was like, you know, I was like just a friend. Like I only knew Bobby pretty well. I was mostly Anthony's friend. And then like I ended up being around for like a lot of that. You know, I was there in the time before he passed. I was around. I helped clean out his room. I went to like his celebration of life, like with his like lifelong friends and stuff. And I always felt like I wasn't quite the person that really knew him. But also like it struck me really fucking like hard and specific for some reason. It's like I feel like that day on mushrooms specifically, I had like a really deep connection with it. And yeah, dude, it was just like unreal. It was fucking unreal when I got that text. I was like, "Are you serious?" Like,
you immediately connected it too when you
got
that text.
And then I was thinking about when I had the bad trip, and I was like, "Oh, I was like in the dogs," and I went there, and like the dogs being bummed out, like really fucked with me. Like they were the most like upbeat, like energetic dogs. And then after he passed, and I went to the house, they were just on the ground, and I was even like, "Hey," and they were just like,
"That's so weird, dude."
They just knew what happened, and like because they were like it was fucked up because like he like died in his sleep, and like a couple days went by before Anthony and the other roommate were like, "Why haven't we seen Bobby?" And then they were like, "Yeah, he hasn't even let the dogs out. What's up with that?" Because the dogs were like in his room with him. So the dogs were in the room with him for like
so it was like 2 days, like a day or two later.
When they were like knocking and like maybe the first time they knocked it, like you never just fucking assume that, especially when your roommate's like your age and like we're all young dudes and shit.
You're all going to work. Like,
Exactly.
You don't know what's happening.
Yeah, it wasn't even like I don't even think it was like a smell situation yet or anything like that. It was probably getting there though.
It was probably weird that there's no movement. Like
yeah, but he, like I think he had to like pick the lock or break down the door because he was just like it was like the first thing like all right maybe he's sleeping. Dogs were just dead silent, probably because they were just like freaked out. And then they got the door down and
that's crazy, man.
Fucked up shit, dude. Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Can't imagine what that would be like.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
Man.
Yeah, Anthony went through a lot, man. I love that guy. He's like a brother to me. Yeah. That was a turning point in his life for sure.
When did that happen?
And mine being there. Fuck. That was I want to say it was like before COVID. Right around COVID, maybe. Like when it first kicked off, maybe like 2019, 20? Maybe 2020. Okay. Yeah, I think around that time. It's a few years ago now. But it was, I know it was heavy, man. It was some heavy shit. It's gnarly. It'd be happening out there, dude. Every year, I feel like I'm at that point in my life. I'm like halfway through my 20s now, just like I got to deal with death. Every year, and not just like grandma or some shit, you know. It's like always like something. Even I mean, my dad was a little bit of a surprise, you know.
Yeah.
But also not really, because dude, it's fucking wild. Because like, I knew he was a fucking alcoholic, like so bad. That was like a lot of his like dark side and shit. Mm-hmm. But like, I have his death certificate or a copy of his death certificate, and like the primary cause of death under A. Doesn't even say liver failure. Doesn't even say hypo, fucking whatever. It says excessive alcohol abuse. That's what the doctor that just looked at his corpse had to say about it, you know?
Too many variables lined up.
Yeah. I was like, fuck. That was crazy. Dude, I didn't touch booze for like 3 months. It fucked me up, dude. I was like, that's fucking crazy. And yeah, he was 61. No, he's older, but
like liquor?
Not... Yeah, he was always tequila. He was like a bottle a day kind of guy when I even lived with him and stuff. He would like drink and go to work and say he was a functioning alcoholic and shit. And then he'd like black out and do fucked up shit and then just forget about it in the morning. Be like, oh, good morning. I'm like, oh, you don't remember like fucking throwing that shit at me? You know, like you don't remember putting your hands on me? Oh, what are you talking about, son? And then throughout the day, glug glug glug, and then you go, fuck you. You know, it's terrible. It's awful, man.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah, it was rough. And then obviously him isolating himself and like fucking up his whatever number marriage he was on and all this crazy shit, dude. Yeah, it was just it was bad news, man. It was rough.
Well, alcohol's dangerous.
Yeah,
alcohol's dangerous, kids.
Hey, I'll drink to that.
Yeah. No.
I'm young. No, I do take a lot of time off, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy being sober, man. It's nice.
I'm only sober when I can't afford weed. Other than that,
right, I can't lately, so that's another reason to not smoke weed.
Yeah, exactly. It's expensive.
Dude, my tolerance has dropped off too. Like
that's
every
nice,
once in a
though.
while on the
That's a
road,
good
I'd smoke,
thing.
but not really because for the first time, I've never been this way with weed. I've loved weed since I was like 18. I've always smoked it. I've never gotten anxious and stuff. Literally since I've had more time away from it, and since February, sometimes I'll just like smoke a snapper bowl and I'll like get anxious.
Dude, you got to ease back into it though. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. I don't smoke a lot.
well, think about like in high school when you first started smoking though. That's like one of the feelings. You
Yeah,
get
it was
from
great.
it.
I was like, I
It's
didn't
you're
know.
like,
I didn't know onion rings
shit.
could taste like this.
oh shit, we're high.
Yeah,
Like fuck.
yeah.
You know, you're all
No,
anxious.
see, it's
like,
not even like that. It's like my social settings. Because, like, for instance, like, yeah, I haven't been smoking a lot of weed, but like at Dakota's birthday party thing too, I was drinking a little bit that night. I did a little bit of mushrooms, and also like we were just passing around like Jeters like crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had like 2
Jeter-
Jeters. I was like smoking them through my nose.
Jeters are heavy, dude.
They're heavy duty. And like, because I was in a social situation with like people that I really enjoy and like a good positive place, I had no issue with the weed that night. I smoked a fuckload of the weed and I was blitzed, but I was happy and I was stoked. But sometimes like I'll be at home and I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna smoke a bowl. And I smoke a bowl and it's like, and then I go and sit down and I just like start like, I almost have like anxiety attacks, which I've never had in my life. Never had issues with anxiety to that level. But like sometimes it fucks with me, dude. Sometimes, so it's weird. I'm like
I have a
finding the
feeling like
balances.
if you're like regularly smoking though, that probably doesn't happen as much.
No,
you
well,
know?
it never
'Cause,
was.
Like,
It never was.
The feeling is more comfortable if
Exactly.
you're used to it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But if you like go, yes, you're sober all like for a month, and then up to a
Yeah,
point you're just like,
yeah.
oh, I'm gonna smoke a bowl.
Yeah.
Just boom, and then you're high.
Right.
It's like, yeah, you got to get used to that shit again.
Yeah, dude. And like same thing when I'm out on the road and like someone offers me something and it's early enough in the night to smoke a little bit, it's like I'm so fucking at peace which is weird.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense for me to be at peace when I'm like in some fucking venue on the other side of the country with like even this last tour where it's like I don't even like I'm good friends with the guys in Ascended Dead now. But like early on, it's like I didn't personally know any of these guys. It's not like going out on the road with Raw or Condemned Till Dawn. Like these are my lifelong
how
friends.
did you get to work with them then? Was it just word of mouth? Like somebody recommended you?
Yeah, so Marie, who is the tour manager and she does booking in Europe, she's a French woman. She works with Conan. And Conan was the headliner on that big tour with Raw that I went on last year. The first time I went out for a month. First time I went out for that
Marie
long with. So I met Marie and I was working with Raw, but I was very green. I was new. I mean, I'd been out and stuff. I had my resume, but it wasn't like I wasn't a professional to any degree. And I'm young for the position I'm in. And she just always, her and I got along really well. And she always had faith in me and was like, do you love doing this? And I was like, I fucking love doing this. And she was like, you're good at it. You need to do it. You need to do tour management. And she, since that tour, had hit me up every once in a while with like just offers because she's in the know. She's in the scene.
So she's like mentoring you? That's
not directly. Not like this is what you do on the road. I know like what I have to do to be a TM and a driver and like make tours function. But she was like a contact for me essentially.
Like a resource.
Exactly. And there was like once or twice where she offered me a tour. And I was kind of like, I turned down 1 or 2 of them too. That's the thing is I'm not trying to do this full time, so I don't have to like take every tour and then be miserable about it. And like one of them was like this European band that I wasn't too familiar with. It was like a black metal band, and I was kind of like, I think I'm all right on that one. But then, she hit me up about Ascended Dead, and I wasn't too familiar with them. But then I did some research, and I was like, oh fuck, I think I do want to tour with these guys because like so. Charlie, their drummer, who's like an original member, he does live session drums for Incantation and Morbid Angel. So he's like a bona fide session guy. He's one of the fucking sweetest, coolest dudes I've ever met in my life, man.
Yeah,
he's the shit. He was great. I was mostly worried about meeting him. I was like, oh, is this guy gonna have like a big head? You know, because he's one of these session guys that plays with like fucking Morbid Angel, you know. But no, he was super cool. He just works hard and he's talented, and he's just one of those people. And then, yeah, I ended up meeting two of the other guys, John and Jono. There's two Johns in the band. Everyone's named fucking John in death metal. But this tour with Thrawn Reburied, right before this tour in May, I knew that I was going up the West Coast, and they both live in Portland. So, well, funny enough, so I met John, and John Ryder's like the main dude in Ascended Dead. He's like the primary songwriter and guitars and vocals. I met him in Portland very briefly. He came out to the show that Thrawn Reburied were playing, and I got to kind of meet with him. And then the next day, Jono, he also plays in Coffin Rot. And Coffin Rot played the day before on the Disemboweled Godfest that Thrawn Reburied was playing. So he was there. So I got to meet him too. So it's like I got to meet these guys, a little bit of camaraderie, a little bit of a... Other than that, I didn't know them necessarily. Yeah. I was like, they could have been assholes. You know, it could have been a miserable tour. But I had a good feeling about it. And it was like this whole month, like fucking no days off. Like some big crazy bills. There was a stretch of the tour with Incantation, where Incantation was headlining, and Charlie was doing double duty for like 11 days. That was crazy. I got to work
11
personally.
days. Oh
yeah, 11 days of double duty on the road. One was a
fucked,
headliner with Incantation. Well, it's funny because Ascended Dead is like really fast, chaotic, like dark death metal.
Yeah.
So Charlie's like, yeah, you know, fucking Incantation's easy. So Ascended Dead's like my warm-up set. Dude, he's a monster. He's a machine. And it just cracked me up. And he's like, yeah, and then I can just kind of coast through Incantation. And I would never think that Incantation was easy drums until I saw him do those back-to-back sets. And I was like, yeah, that is the easier band to play for, even if it's an hour.
Not as dynamic or something.
Yeah, exactly. And it was very cool. And yeah, I don't know. I had a good feeling about it. They were mostly based out of Portland. Ian, the one guitarist, still lives in San Diego, which is where they originated. And now two of them live in Portland. There's a good scene up there, especially for like the old school death metal thing that's going on right now and stuff. The Pacific Northwest is like a mecca for it. So yeah, I mean, it was a pretty fucking easy choice. They flew me out to Portland, and tour started off from there. And initially the plan, so the last date was in LA, and the second to last date was supposed to be in Tucson. So when I was in contact with them, it was like, yeah, you guys will fly me out to Portland, and then we'll do the whole fucking US. And then I was like, you guys can just drop me off in Phoenix and go do your last date. Then drive up to Portland, you know, without me. It'll be fine. You can drop me off, make it easy, no plane ticket. And then I did a really good job on the tour, and we all got along and stuff. So like towards the end, they were like, why don't you just fucking come to LA with us? You know, we'll get you a flight home. Whatever. And then I ended up having, I had a friend, I guess listed a friend to drive out to LA
to pick
and
you
fucking
up.
Hang out at the show and fucking pick me up and then drive me home.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great. It was awesome. Fucking, she's great for doing that for me. But it was also cool because that was the LA show was like the Maryland Death Fest little tour that they did. So it was Bloodbath and Archgoat and Primordial and like just these super cool bands. Dude, it was crazy. That show was fucking nuts. It was like 1,000 cap maybe plus room, sold out, oversold for sure. Everyone was shit faced. Dude, it was crazy because so that's like you know Maryland Death Fest. It's like a big death metal festival that happens in Baltimore and Maryland every year, and they usually do this like little tour. It was like 5 dates with some bands just kind of throughout the US to like promote it. So it's Maryland Death Fest tour. It's kind of confusing.
Sure.
So I went to Maryland Death Fest, and there was one out here. One of the dates was in Phoenix. It was like 5 dates, and one of them was in Phoenix, and the last one was in LA. And the way it works is they like hired a merch person at the venue to sell all the merch for the bands that were on the Maryland Death Fest like bill, not including my band, not including Ascended Dead.
Good.
Yeah, it worked, but also they ordered it. Like everyone, they were like flying into all these shows. Like the day before Phoenix was in Seattle. So they fly in. There's a back line.
They're trying to cover all of it in one.
Exactly, but here's the thing: is that show was so fucking busy in LA. They order in this merch. Halfway through the night, it's sold out. Ascended Dead is the only band with merch in the venue. We did over $2,000 in merch that night. We were slammed.
That's insane.
There was also a lot of drunk people coming up going, "Where's the Arch Go merch?" And I'm like, "I don't have it. We're just selling Ascend of Dead stuff." And usually they're like, "All right," and they walk away. But sometimes we were like, "It's a shirt.
I'll take it.
I'll fucking buy it." Yeah, and there was like, it was a big show. There was like vendors and shit too. They had like the vendors that were just like shirts and things, you know, that just had like Cannibal Corpse shirts and Metallica shirts because you could buy them at the show for like outrageous prices. But no, we did very well that night. It was awesome because at first we were like, "Oh fuck, they ran out of merch. We're about to get slammed," and we were like, "Damn it!" And then we were like, "Wait, it's the last day of tour. We're about to get slammed."
It was good.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, it's good. You want to sell as much as you can.
We were stoked. We were stoked.
The whole point of the tour is to sell all the merch.
No, it was a great night. So yeah, I'm really glad that I made good friends with those guys, and we ended up I ended up going out to that last show because it was an experience. It was great. I was really excited to see Primordial because I'd never seen them, and I thought that they were just like a mellow death band.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy their set.
Mellow death?
Whatsoever. Well, I like melodic death metal. I like a lot of that like European sounding stuff, but something about these guys, man. I feel like I had listened to one of their songs previously too, and I was like, "Oh, they're fucking mellow death. They're good. I like it." But it was like...
Maybe you listened to one of their good songs.
I think I listened to like an instrumental song or something. Because, dude, just like, all right, so what I found out about this band is they're Irish and they wear it on their sleeve very heavily. And there was like a lot of stage banter. It was like, "When me grandpappy sailed across the sea from Ireland, who's got a little bit of Irish in him tonight?" And I was like, so sick of it. Dude, it was like kind of gimmicky like and very like...
Too proud.
It was like Mellow Death Dropkick Murphys, and it was miserable. I did not enjoy it.
I don't like it.
I don't think you would have. It was, and yeah, like instrumentally, they were good at times.
Yeah.
It was decent, but it was not what I was expecting, and I was really bummed out by their set, dude. I was like so excited to see them, and then I was like,
I'm not a fan when bands cling too hard to a gimmick.
It was a lot. But it was just like, yeah, like I'm part Irish. And I was like, "Fuck, this sucks." I was like,
I need to drink this away.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not into this. I was like, what do I have to drive 6 hours home tonight once the show's finished? Fuck it, I'm having a beer. I can't take this.
Yeah, I don't want to think about this one.
That was an gnarly drive. That was fun. Like waking up in Phoenix in the morning, waking up at my house in my own bed in Phoenix, then driving to LA after this month of touring. Doing the show there that was huge and busy as fuck. And like, so on this tour, I wasn't doing merch, but I would help, you know, just because I was TM and I was there. And like, you know, when they play, obviously John can't do merch.
You might as well,
when he's performing, I would stand in. So I did merch like 30-40% of the time. And yeah, so like it was a busy night. And then of course it was like the last night. So I wasn't in a rush to get out of there. We were hanging out like fucking, you know, green room, had a bunch of food and these big fucking bands were hanging out in there and shit. So yeah, we got on the road at like 2. Got to my house at like 7, 8 in the morning. Just slept for the day. Just gnarly, dude. It was kind of funny going from like I was driving a high top full passenger van with a full size trailer for a month, and then I jump into my friend's fucking Nissan Altima. And I was like, oh fuck, it was like disorienting. It was like a golf cart. I felt like my view, like my blind spots were really bad and shit. It was kind of scary. It was wild. It was like I shouldn't be scared to drive this tiny car right now, but I am.
That's how I feel when I drive my mom's car. I'm used to driving like trucks, and then like
exactly.
I jump into my mom's car. I'm like,
well, yeah. Now I fucking daily drive a big vehicle again too. I have this fucking crew cab long bed 96 F350. Fucking diesel Power Stroke that's like high up as fuck, so it's like I'm used to that too. I barely fit in the fucking parking over here. Did I show you? I should show you the picture of that. Can we bring up? Are we prepared to finally fuck with this monitor? Should we bring up a picture?
I can't bring up a picture from your phone.
What if I send it to you?
So maybe I don't know. Let's try it out. Maybe we can.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you.
See if we can get a picture of.
I'm gonna send you my horrific parking job. Let's do that.
Yeah, maybe. You took a picture of your parking job?
Yeah, because like I'm like hanging out of the spot like 2 feet, dude. It's all I could do here. We're at an apartment complex. How was I supposed to park?
Send it to my podcast page.
Oh, to your all right, I sent it to you on Facebook. Yeah, on what? On Instagram? Just
send it to Things Beyond Sound. I'll pull it up.
On Facebook?
Yeah, okay. On Facebook, and I'll pull it up.
We're experimenting here.
It's definitely an experiment.
Things Beyond. Just send you a picture
of my
for
the dead air, people.
This isn't dead air. We're having fun.
Yeah, just keep talking. It's not dead air. You can say whatever you want as long as you keep rambling.
So
and
this
there's
one
always
time
voice.
on tour when I had a 3-way with a gal that had webbed toes.
And Rob.
She had webbed feet. No, not Rob. No 3-ways with Rob. Me and Rob are exclusive. We stick to each other when we're on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to see just how far out of the parking spot I stick here. Let's see if that sends.
Send it. We'll see.
Sent. So this giant fucking truck back, just hitch on the wall. And yeah, the line for the parking like stops at my running boards. Where is it? There it is.
Oh, geez.
I don't know. I doubt this comes across on camera well.
Hold on.
Do you see how horrible that parking is?
Can't get it to full screen, man.
What?
That's okay.
Here, go to the next picture. I took a closer one of like my wheel.
The next picture?
Yeah, I sent you 2 pictures. Whoa, what's going on?
I don't know. I can't do this.
It's okay. It's a
Not
learning
used to
curve,
it.
baby.
Your wheel's way
Did you see how
past
far
that,
out of the
dude.
spot
Oh
I
my
am?
God.
That's as backed in as far as I can be. I'm like two and a half feet out of the
Holy
parking
cow.
spot. It's an apartment. Where else was I supposed to park? I can't park under any awnings or anything because I have a ladder rack. It's too tall.
Yeah.
This truck's great though. It's awesome. It's the one thing I got out of it was my father's. So that worked out.
Yep. Well, that's good. Oh my God. I can't see the top. Oh my God.
Yeah, now you gotta fuck off. What's going on?
I don't know.
All right. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways.
Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna promote real quick. We got a tour coming up with Thraw and You're in Hell. We're hitting the East Coast, baby. We're gonna be doing 3 weeks out there. We got Texas. We got, I think, Kansas City. That's a new one. Going out to the East Coast. We're doing, fucking New York, Rhode Island, Philly.
I hope it's fun.
Back through the South. Oh, it's gonna be great. It was interesting because like the Ascended Dead tour felt like a real big boy fucking tour.
Yeah.
It was bona fide. It was good numbers, awesome bands, a couple festivals. There's a few festivals scattered throughout. But like every once in a while throughout the nights, even though I really got along with these guys, like I missed Thraw. I was like, those are like my brothers, man. Those are my boys.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, I'm missing my guys, dude. So I'm looking forward to going back out with them again, just because they're my hometown heroes. They're my homies.
Yeah,
so
that should be cool.
That'll be fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. And then yeah, the Skeletal tour. That one's legit.
Where are you starting that one?
So kind of a similar situation to the routing on the Ascended Dead tour. The first, it's like September 20th is LA, which is where they're from. Skeletal Remains is from Los Angeles. And then San Diego and then Phoenix. So right now it's like we're kind of weighing out the options. Is it worth them buying a plane ticket for me to go out to LA to be at those first 2 shows with them? Or are they going to be good to drive themselves to Phoenix the 3rd date and just pick me up?
Yeah.
Save a couple $100. Save 2 days of rate, 2 days of my rate, and save a plane ticket. Seems to make sense to me, but they might want me to, but they're probably going to pick me up in Phoenix.
Yeah.
And then from there, so it'd be the 23rd from there, whole U.S. until the 20th. The last date's in Portland, actually. So get to see some homies up there. Hopefully, Ascended Dead will be back from their European tour at that point. So maybe get to see some of those guys when I'm up there. And I was hoping that maybe they were cool with me jumping off in Portland, actually. And I was going to spend like a week up there. It's because I love it. I love Oregon. I mean, Portland's kind of a shithole. But I got a lot of people that I love up there, and the coast is nice, and there's like some
home of Antifa,
people, something like that. I don't know. The home of tents,
Antifa headquarters,
and more tents and fentanyl. But I was gonna hang out up there, but it's sounding like even though that's the last day of tour, they probably want to pay me another day or 2 to drive just to get them back to LA, and then I'll have to get a ride home from LA. Probably a flight from there. If they save on the flight in the first place, I can probably fly out at that point. So I'll fly from LA home after that. Hopefully I'll be home on like the 23rd of October or something. I'm bummed. I mean, this is one of the double-sided swords of touring is missing shows in your hometown.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss the Black Dahlia.
The Black Dahlia one.
by
Yeah.
like a day.
Yep. Yeah, it's coming on the 21st, huh?
I think it's on the 21st.
Yeah.
So I would have to fly out of Portland immediately to make it home, and
Nope.
I don't think that's the game
Yeah,
plan.
you're not gonna not
So-
just for you can't like abandon the band you're
I
working
can't go, I really
for
wanna
just
see
to
Dahlia. But I do because I've missed Dahlia the last like 3 fucking times. I've been on tours, and I don't tour that
man.
much. I don't tour half the fucking year, especially the last 4 years. But like I remember I was in Texas, like with Argonaut and Condemned. The last time they were here with Trevor.
Yeah.
And then the last time they were here with like Undeath and who else was on that tour? I don't know. I think it was like the first tour without Trevor, or is this the first tour without Trevor? Maybe
This
that
isn't
was...
the I don't think this is the first one.
No, yeah. So, but I've missed him every time because of touring, and I'm missing him like one time. And fucking who else is on that bill? It's like it's Dying Fetus,
Yeah, I think it's Dying Fetus.
Vomit Fourth, and then it's like 2 deathcore bands too. It's Body Snatcher and Spite, I think.
I don't know.
Right.
Spite is on there.
Spite's on it, and then
I know
Vomit
Spite's
Fourth
on
is the opener, which Vomit Fourth is fucking sick. So that's gonna be a killer tour, and I'm bummed I'm missing that one. But I'm gonna miss a few things. I think I'll be in town for Creed. I'm gonna go see Creed.
For Creed?
Yeah.
Oh.
Fuck yeah,
I don't think I would go
Are you
see
kidding?
Creed.
What?
I just wouldn't.
Why not?
What the fuck would I do at a Creed show?
Sing the songs, get blackout drunk.
Yeah, that's not my thing. Listening to Creed. Getting blackout drunk.
Can you take me higher?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Come on, man.
It's not my thing.
We're rolling deep to that one. It's gonna be a good time. Be fun, dude.
You guys have fun.
I will. Yeah, that's one of the last shows I'm going
Not
to
a
do before I'm
Creed
out of town.
guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think I'm missing a couple other good shows. But honestly, that's just how it goes. Usually, it doesn't bum me out too bad. But the Dahlia one fucking pissed me
Yeah,
off this
dude,
time,
that's
dude.
a
I was
hard
like,
one to
"Fuck
miss.
again, dude." Because I want to
fucking-
see them. What did you listen to a new track? The new song.
No, I haven't yet.
It's good. I think they made the right move in terms of continuing the band.
What's your real opinion? It sounds like you're censoring yourself.
No, not at all. I think that they made the right move with keeping it in the family and having what's the guy's name that fucking went from guitars to vocals?
I used to know.
Fuck, I just can't think of it right now because IPA. Is it Brian?
I was gonna say Brian.
I think it's Brian.
Brian something. I forget his last name. But
I don't know. But
look it up, dude.
Look it up. Pull it up, Jamie.
Put up JMO.
Come on, J-Mo. Hurry it up. Do the Mark Norman. I'm gonna get too drunk and be like, hey, fucking pull it up.
Comedy.
Bitch. Hey, comedy. I got bit by a black widow once. She was in her 40s.
Brian Eschbach? Is that his name? Or Brandon Ellis? Is that the
No,
guy?
Brandon Ellis is the guitar player.
Yeah, he's the guitarist. It's
Brian.
is now
Yeah, Brian's now the vocalist.
he's the new vocalist.
Dude, he filled the shoes great. I think so. What do you think? The band should have died? You think it should have been it when Trevor checked out?
No.
Then,
No, I don't.
Then you're happy with what they did? Because
Yeah.
he sounds great. If you haven't listened to that song, you should.
I
listen
haven't
to that
listened
song.
to the song yet, so I don't really know.
You should, because he fills the shoes very well. He has a lot of tonality that's similar to Trevor, and it's good. It's good. I like it.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
That's awesome because that band is one of my favorites for sure.
I mean, they're just one of the best modern death metal bands to do it
Yeah,
since the 2000s.
I'm
They
always
really are.
I'm always into the melodies more than like the rhythm.
Mhm.
For some reason, their melodies just sound so
slap.
fucking dark.
They're fantastic.
And like, you know, a lot of the melodic death metal bands, they have like these uplifting kind of verses and lyrics, you know, and it's just like some of the melodies are too bright and like they get a little
Yeah.
too happy sometimes.
Yeah.
Like the metalcore does that a lot.
Yeah.
Like believe in yourself.
Right.
You know, everything's
Yeah.
not so bad.
Man, you in an Amaya shirt. What are you talking about? It's
Yeah.
the metalcore icons in Amaya, dude.
They're the local metalcore heroes. That's for sure. Everybody
They
loves
are,
these
they are,
dudes.
dude, they're great.
Everybody
They're-
loves
They're
Amaya.
good. Everyone loves Amaya, dude. They're
Yeah.
lovable guys.
They're awesome.
They're great.
But
It was just It was Brad's birthday yesterday. The bass player.
Yeah.
He's so handsome. I love Brad so much, dude. He has my favorite.
He's
He has
awesome.
my favorite clean singing voice in like
yeah,
music.
he's good, dude.
He's
At
phenomenal.
Sad Dad, they covered Linkin Park.
Yeah, they covered.
They
Numb,
did
right?
Numb by Linkin Park, and
Dude, Dude,
It sounded pretty fucking good, dude. I actually liked. I'm not even a Linkin Park fan. That sounded good.
Since they've been covering that, which they do a stellar job. I have to clown on them because they're my friends and I love them. Have you seen? Do you know like the midget wrestling?
No.
Yeah,
Oh, I know
and there's
of it.
Ivor, the
Yeah.
micro, which is like the real little dude, and he sings like heavy rock stuff. And there's this video of him singing "Numb," and I just love, dude. I love sending that to Dakota. He's like, I become so numb.
Send it to
so
Bradley.
sick. I should send it to Brad. I will. I'll put that on my to-do list. I gotta send that to Brad, man. So funny, man. Dude, Brad's great.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, an inspiration to me. I'm trying to get back into music. I'm actually, and I don't want to just do vocals. I'm actually learning bass.
You're learning bass.
Yes. From the ground up. I've never been instrumentally talented, but I have an opportunity that I won't speak on that gives me kind of a time to learn and figure it out.
You won't speak on it
No.
on this national podcast.
Absolutely
You
not.
won't spill the beans right here on this show that so many people listen to.
No.
All right, next time then, I guess.
Because it might not even pan out because I really suck. I'm really not good. But I have I don't know, I have a goal for the rest of the year
You're not good right now.
just to practice. Exactly. And it's fucking bass. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
it'll be all right.
you have all your fingers.
It'll be all right.
You're
I
fine.
do.
You're fine.
For
You're
now.
fine. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, so yeah, that's on the to-do list for me. Because also I think that's that's just with my contacts and stuff more of an opportunity. I want to be able to do like session bass
Sure.
for national acts.
Why not?
That'd be great. Why not?
You
There's
fill in.
so many bands are session guys.
Yeah.
So many bands when they tour for a month at a time. And that's what I want to do. I'm one of those guys that likes touring. I like being out there and doing it.
Yeah, why not? Just fill in. Fill in for Wolfheart
Yeah, dude.
or whatever.
No. No.
No, I'm good.
well, I mean, I don't know. I talk to Hiniana a lot. They're pretty tight with Wolfheart. They tour.
Yeah.
I kind of want to help them with booking their U.S. stuff because they still haven't toured. They're about to tour the U.S. or they're about to tour, Europe for the third time, and they've never left Texas. They've never played a show outside of Texas.
But
Europe 3 times.
That's dumb.
It's crazy, but it's their style. And yeah, I guess I don't know. I hung out with them and spoke with them briefly the last time I was in Austin, and yeah, they're just having some trouble getting the U.S. stuff booked. It's tough when you're a European sounding melodeath band, you know.
It's true.
It's like who do you think they should tour with?
Shores.
Yeah, right. But of which, of course, that's an obvious answer. I fucking love Shores. Their music's fantastic, but are those guys ready to tour?
Are they
is the
pulling?
question.
Are they pulling shows?
Connor just had a baby,
Yeah. I know
right?
what
You know,
mean.
he's a family man. Mark's a businessman. Nate's probably down, but
Yeah, Nate's down to do anything.
Nate's down. But also, does he want to? Do you really want to tour? The touring thing is you gotta really be in it. You gotta be committed. You gotta be able to step away. It's I'm lucky that I'm in the position where I fucking risk my home life of fucking not having a stable job to go out and do these tours. It's worth it.
Seems like it's working out.
It's working out for them. I mean, I'm broke. Once I'm back home,
well.
I've just taken this last month off of how hard they worked because I work for myself, and it's this is the first time I used to get imposter syndrome when I'd go out on the road, right? And this time when I got back home, I was like, oh fuck, I got to do the day job. I got to motivate myself to go work my ass off in the middle of summer and make my own money and make work. And it's the
Yeah.
first time I've struggled with it. I'm now I feel like the imposter when I'm at home. I'm am I really this fucking handyman guy if I only do it half the year? I don't know. It's been tricky.
Yeah, there's
It's been tough. It's I'm good.
there's-
I have a lot of pride in what I do. I am good at what I do. I have work opportunities, but it's been hard to do it. It's I just want to tour, but I don't want to do it all the time because then I'm going to burn out. You know what I mean? It's I
Yeah.
don't want to, and then I'll never be home. I think that'll fuck with me.
You won't have a home.
I do like being home.
Your home will be the bus.
Exactly. I don't like that. I don't want to.
You might as well just be the
Living out of a
driver and
suitcase.
have your own bus.
I have too many things. I have old cars that I need to take care of, and fucking girlfriends, and I want to live that life a little bit. You know,
Girlfriends,
it's hard.
multiple.
8.
Yeah.
I told you
Hey,
one of them has.
how do you
webbed
tour at
toes.
all?
It's a good time.
What
Let me
the
tell you.
Got to go on tour, babe.
Just kidding.
Another tour?
You guys keep each other company while I'm gone. It's one of those things.
Oh man. So polycule.
Yeah, something like that. No, it's tricky though, dude. It is tough, man. So yeah, it's a hard balance, but I'm the happiest I've ever been when I'm on the road.
Well, maybe someday in the future it'll be virtual tours. You could just tour manage from your house.
I'd rather die. I don't want to be home.
You could be at home and like put on the VR goggles.
Yeah, hello, and I'm like networking.
You're like
There's like
C3PO in the venue.
Yeah.
They just bring the robot around. And like it's your face is on it.
And I'm still like, what are you doing after this, baby? So like random chicks in the bar.
So you're the tour manager, huh?
Yeah, that's me. Hell yeah, dude. I'm into it.
Great.
That's what's up.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm down.
You like fly out for that night.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit, I'm on Priceline.
I gotta get out there.
Gotta get a hotel, man.
It actually worked.
No, dude, getting late on tour is a myth.
Yeah, you don't have time for that.
Until you're like a bus guy, which I'm not on. I'm not.
Then
on
you have
bus
time.
Tours. Yeah.
Then you have time.
Yeah.
But if you don't have time, it's not gonna happen.
I don't have time. Is there opportunity? Yes. Frequently.
Sure, in the fucking bathroom of the venue.
But I'm like, hey, yeah, chick that lives in North Carolina, you want to hook up halfway to Atlanta? Because that's where I'm about to go tonight. You know? Yeah, it checks out, dude. Totally.
We're driving now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Passenger seat? Yeah, no. It happens, but not me.
Not in the 2020s.
That's kind of the goal. Well, it's funny because I'm like, my main priority and my main job with Skeletal Remains on this one is driving. The main guy in the band, Chris, he handles a lot of the TM responsibilities.
Okay.
He handles a lot of the contact and collecting, and like he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's done it. They're road warriors. They've done it for a long time.
So they're hiring you to drive?
Mostly to drive.
And merch, probably?
Probably not merch. I think they're getting a separate person for merch.
That's good.
Because they have a spread. They have like 12 shirts, 3 pants, 8 hats, hot sauce, skate decks, physical music.
So you're going to sleep?
Correct. I kind of made that, like, I'm a workhorse. I like getting out there and busting my ass and working my ass off. But like, if I'm going to be a primary driver, it's just unrealistic to like do these long drives. And like they own their van and they have bunks built in the back.
Oh.
So we're doing hotels like once or twice a week, tops. So it's a lot of like vans, like it's tough in it, you know. It's like van sleeps. Fucking.
Where
really
do you do that if you're asleep in a van? Like
truck
what
stops.
would be the
Truck stops, rest stops.
Just go find a truck stop outside of town, pretty much.
Yeah. Wherever makes sense halfway along the way. When I drive for bands and like most like with Thrawn Ascended Dead, for instance, it's like mostly unless we know someone and have somewhere to crash, like we don't have bunks built out or anything. So it's like hotels, which is in my experience a reasonable cost. It's worth the expense to have a hotel every night. And for me, it's always been worth it to, I mean, what, you leave a show at 1, 2 in the morning sometimes. You drive out for like an hour that night, tops. You know, get the hotel, crash out, make a little bit of
outside
distance.
Of town, you mean?
Outside of town, always. It's easier. It's always like I have to scope out parking for a van and trailer at these hotels every time, make sure the parking's going to be reasonable. Just shit like that. And it's usually, I've always found it to be worth it. Like, it's not worth it to do like half the drive in the middle of the fucking night. And then, because checkout at the hotel is always like 11.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's better to get in there, get your fucking few hours of rest in, maybe a shower, you know, get a shower pregnant real quick or whatever you got to do to release yourself.
Yeah.
And feel better.
That's a must.
And exactly. Sometimes you're like the fourth to shower and you're just like, fuck, man.
Don't think about it.
Is it even going to drain?
Yeah, don't.
Is it even going to drain tonight? But it's usually worth it to do, like, even if you have like an 8-hour drive to the next cities, like you'd crash for an hour and then take the brunt in the morning. So it kind of depends though. The East Coast is nice because everything's kind of tight knit.
Yeah.
You end up having a lot of shorter drives, but like there's some brutal drives every once in a while.
Yeah, through
You gotta
Texas.
tough it out. Texas is
Drive through Texas sucks, dude.
driving through Texas sucks. Yeah,
Dude, the whole Midwest. I don't like it. It's just boring as fuck, dude. There's nothing to look at.
Well, so we had one show fall through on the Ascended Dead tour, and it was North Dakota, Fargo, North Dakota, and that worked out beautifully because we went from it was Seattle, Washington, to Spokane, Washington, to Bozeman, Montana, which is a good little ways into Montana. But then the next day we had, so the following day we were supposed to go from Bozeman, Montana to Fargo, North Dakota. It was like 15 hours. It's like all of Montana and then all of North Dakota. And we were bumming when we saw, it was just so, I mean, obviously North Dakota is kind of a unique spot to do a show. There's a few bands that are from there, like Phobophilic and I think Maul.
Yeah, very few.
There's few, but like there's a scene for it. But I think it was like Ascended Dead as a headliner and 2 openers, and I think one of the openers, or I think both the openers dropped or something. Just like something came up, they couldn't do it. It was like a weekday show, and the show just got canceled. And at first we were like, "Fuck!" Like one of the shows got canceled, and then we thought about the drive, and we were like, "Oh fuck yeah!" We're like, "Thank God, dude, we could just cruise through Montana," which was fucking gorgeous.
Yeah,
beautiful landscape to drive through. But yeah, if you had to beeline it from a show to a show,
there's nothing there.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
it would have been a terrible drive, and it would have been like no sleep, just full like leave that show, drive to the next show. So we fortunately had that day off. But
yeah, that's good. Good thing you could skip that drive.
Yeah, we were not too bummed about losing that one.
Where'd you have to go then? Like after that, like what you skipped that one to go where?
So we skipped Fargo, and then I believe next was Minneapolis, and then we went from there to Chicago, and then I believe we went from Chicago, which was Reggie's, which I fucking love Reggie's. I've been to that venue twice now. Gonna be going back a third time with Thraw. Chicago's like kind of like it's a sketchy city and a rough city to drive through and stuff. It's one of those big cities.
I've heard.
But it's also, but the music scene's fantastic. It's one of those places like the music and the food is just like.
Yeah, but nobody has any money.
I love it there. It's great.
But there's just no money left.
Yeah, yeah, that too.
One of those broke ass cities. That's Chicago. That's
it's
fucking
like,
San Francisco.
Yeah, it's like have you seen Transformers? What, Dark Side of the Moon?
Maybe
when Chicago gets destroyed by aliens, that's just what it looks like.
They didn't have to do any special effects.
They didn't have to do any. They had to like put a couple broken cars in the street, and they were like, the Decepticons.
The CGI was actually the before shot. They had to make it look nicer.
Exactly.
Before,
they were like, fuck. They're like, shit. We gotta edit out these homeless people.
Like the explosions just are erasing the CGI.
No, I like Chicago, but then I think from there, we went to. Then the next day was Milwaukee for Milwaukee Metal Fest, which was cool. Huge festival. Admittedly, so that was a funny day because that was the first day that we met up with Incantation as Ascended Dead, and we needed to get Charlie there to drum for Incantation, right? But Ascended Dead actually wasn't on the bill. They weren't playing. So we just had to get him there, but we still like parked our van and like the fucking...
Sure. You were there. Just
and we were there and like I cruised around. I hung out there for a little bit and then we went and got this hotel and I slept.
Just passed out.
Yeah, they were like, hey, we're going to mob back to the festival and fucking hang out and have fun. And I was like, I think I'm good on that one.
I need this.
Yeah, dude, I just stayed at the hotel, impregnated the shower, fucking went to sleep. Went down to the hotel bar, got a bite to eat. So yeah, I only hung out at Milwaukee Metal Fest for a little bit. I really didn't spend the whole night there, but it was cool. It was sick. A lot of the bands were staying at the same hotel as us. It was like a really nice hotel in town. And like, the fucking Autopsy guys were like in the bar with us and stuff. And,
nice.
A bunch of other people. It was like a 3-day festival. We were on the first date. So there were only some of the, but there were some big bands there and stuff. It was cool. It was a good one. Yeah, so that was a festival.
We don't get a lot of festivals in Phoenix.
No.
Everybody just kind of like, they either skip Phoenix or like play some like small show and then move on.
Yeah, there's like, Northwest Terrorfest in Seattle. I've been there twice now. Yeah. That's like a proper festival.
A U-Fest, dude. We have
what
U-Fest.
Yeah, but U-Fest sucks.
Yeah, it does.
I thought U-Fest was cool when I was 15. It was the first show I ever went to. And I still went for dude. like it was like 3 Days Grace and Rise Against, and I was like, I'm here for All That Remains. Like I'm here for the heavy band.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. I remember the last time I went to U-Fest, there was All That Remains was the second to last band, and the last band was Chevelle. And dude, we went. It was like me and my brother, and like I think my dad and mom were there. Yeah, because my dad really loves 98 KUPD. He's really into the radio metal kind of stuff.
Right, that's fair. Dude's a dad.
And yeah, whatever.
Camo shorts.
He likes it.
Yeah.
But All That Remains played and everybody mobbed the stage. Like everybody was there for All That Remains. And as soon as they stopped and like Chevelle was setting up, dude, half the venue was leaving. Like more than half the people were just like you could look around and people were just
That's
walking
surprising
out.
for Chevelle.
And it was
because Chevelle's one of those big bands.
Yeah, they were like, well, they were headlining U-Fest. They were like the most popular one on the radio charts.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean you're popular with the people.
No.
Just because you have the most radio listens doesn't mean like
no. When I went to
everyone
U-Fest,
wants to hear you.
Yeah, when I went to U-Fest in 2015, I went for All That Remains, and it was like that was like their one of their last tours with the peak lineup. It was like Gene Sagan, the chick, was still on bass. Ollie, before he died, was doing guitars. Obviously, it was like the OG lineup, and they were mostly playing stuff off of the Fall of Ideals. Yeah, like it was like good. All That Remains fell off a little bit, like pretty soon I went after
when
that.
they were promoting 2 weeks when I went, and it was
so this was maybe before I went even, because 2 weeks. Oh no, that is the album after.
It was
Fall
the
of
album
Ideals.
after.
So it was probably the tour
it
after.
was
As well.
after
If they were
Fall of
higher up
Ideals.
on the bill too, because All That Remains was like maybe third or fourth.
They were co-headlining
supporting act,
and 2 weeks was like their main sell. So like the first few songs
that
were
one
like
is more poppy too.
Yeah, it was like their older stuff,
clean.
and then it just turned into radio metal for the second half of their set. And then they're like, all right, now put your hands together for Chevelle, and everyone who was there for All That Remains is like, we're out.
Well, honestly, so
we're
like
gonna leave.
I thought 3 Days Grace kind of sucked because it was like with the new guy too at that time, and he was like pretty fresh into it, the singer. But I mean, Rise Against was cool. When I was 15, Rise Against was pretty cool. I like seeing Rise Against headline. They had a cool little fucking set. But yeah, but will I go to U-Fest now? No.
No?
No. Dude.
You don't want to go to U-Fest? You don't want to see Five Finger Fruit Punch?
No, I'm trying to see cool bands like Creed.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, way cooler than Five Finger Fruit Punch.
Hello. Get real. Love that
fucking
shit.
Creed.
Dude, that show's gonna be sick. That's gonna be crazy, dude. That's gonna be obscene.
You're gonna see so many different types of people there.
Exactly. Well, me and Dakota are hoping that we get blackout and we sing really loud and we try to mosh and stuff and we like fight dads in shorts that are trying to like have like lawn chairs and stuff.
You're gonna fight a guy in a lawn chair?
Sure, at a Creed show. Why not?
I don't think he's gonna fight you.
Why?
He probably goes to church. Probably
yeah, he's probably a piece of shit. Exactly. He's probably a terrible person.
He'll just ask for forgiveness later.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, I'm stoked, dude. I'm fucking going to that. You can't stop me.
I'm not gonna stop you. I just won't go. I don't know.
That's fair. Hell yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm trying to think about what else is coming up. What I'm going to while I'm in town. It's kind of not a lot. Not a lot of crazy stuff booked up right now.
I mean, it's Phoenix and it's super fucking hot. People aren't really looking to make
people
a bunch
go
of shows
anyways,
right
man.
now.
Depends on the show. Nile Upstairs will always sell out for something. If Dying Fetus was in town tomorrow, it would sell out.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes.
Yeah, of course. But like Phoenix isn't the place for like the biggest metal scene, you know? Like there's a scene here, but it's not I feel like it's not as like, you know, is not as busy.
It's really not.
As other places.
Even as like I consider it busy. It's like my life and blood out here.
You
It
grew
is
up
a
here,
great
though.
it's a great scene, but looking at it, like if we weren't in between like Texas and LA, we wouldn't get as many shows here.
There's nothing here,
It's
dude.
a Passover state.
It is.
But it's a bigger Passover state. You know, there's other Passover states for tours that are smaller and have less traction. Like we still have some pretty good shows out here.
Yeah, I mean it's not fucking North Dakota.
Exactly. What the fuck is a North Dakota? That's what I
who
wanna
lives
know.
there? It's like 10 people there.
Yeah. We weren't too bummed about missing that show. You know what's crazy though is kind of like when we did Ashland, Oregon, when you're on these tours with like these kind of like underground death metal bands.
Yeah.
These shows in like no name like buttfuck towns that are like in veterans halls or where the shows are placed and stuff. It's not even a venue or a dive bar.
Yeah.
Or
it's
anything like
the
that.
local 666 or whatever.
Dude, exactly. Those fucking pop off. If it's an all ages show, like Bozeman, Montana, right? Give me a fun fact about Bozeman, Montana, Spencer. Nothing, right?
It's cold as
What's
fuck.
going on there? It wasn't in May. But it was actually, no, it rained. It was cold as fuck. It was
cold
actually
in
pretty
May.
fucking cold.
That's Montana.
It did rain. But we were like, we pulled up and we were kind of like, like how many people are fucking coming to this? what's up with this? There was one band. There was one opening band, and Ascended Dead, right? But dude, when you play these like no-name towns that don't have, they never have big bands come through. They never have tours come through. So when there's a show, the kids roll up, and it was packed out, dude. They were like stage diving. They were like crowd surfing and grabbing onto the lights on the ceiling. They were like in between sets during banter. They were moshing. They don't give a fuck. They're like, a show's a show, and a show's finally happening, so we're gonna go and we're gonna kick ass. And like there wasn't a guarantee for that night, like payment wise.
Yeah.
It was a door deal. Dude, it was one of the better paying shows of the whole tour. Just because of how many fucking kids showed up, and there was one opening band. So the promoter was like, you cool with fucking 15% to the opener and 85% to you? And I was like, yeah, sounds pretty fucking good to me. And it was a significant amount of money. And like, it was surprising that it was one of the more successful shows. And same thing, all these kids, like, a lot of them probably didn't even know who the fuck Ascended Dead was, but they were the touring act. They were the headlining act, and they played a fucking killer set.
They're from somewhere else.
So they were like, a band shirt. Fuck yeah, I'm going to buy a shirt.
Yeah.
Yo, I got to call my mom for fucking allowance money, but I'm going to get this money and I'm going to buy this shirt. Like, we did great that night. And it reminded me of Ashland or Asheville. I fucking start mixing up cities because all these different fucking cities I go to. I think it's Ashland in Oregon, which is like South Oregon. It's like even before Eugene and then Portland. Like, it's a pretty like nowhere mountain range town. But with Thrawn Reburied back in March, we went there. And same thing, like kind of a filler date, but fuck nowhere. We pull up. It's like same thing. It's like a veterans hall. It's like an old like church almost, like made up into a venue, kind of like no drinks or anything. All ages show. And we get there and Thrawn Reburied. I think it was Thrawn Reburied in one opener. And same thing. We were all kind of like fucking goofing out. We were like, oh, we were placing bets that night. Actually, we were placing like petty bets on how many people were going to show up. I bet 15. I bet 10 people. Maybe 20 people will show up. Dude, it was just crowded with... Actually, this show was fucking crazy. It's the only time I've ever seen this, and it was a very specific scenario. It was, I want to say, 80% women and 20% men.
Why?
It was just all these chicks. And like young chicks, too. They were all like 18 to 21, maybe. Some of them maybe even younger. It was an all-ages show. But it was like all these like young scene girls, like these like emo, like goth chicks. Weird. Just because it was an alternative show happening in Ashland, Oregon. And they were like, same thing, like Reburied's playing this crushing fucking death metal. And they're like swinging around in the pit and they're like dancing on each other. And like some of them were probably on fucking Molly or something. I don't know, but it was just a place to be. And party and be yourself.
That's
and it was
so fucking weird.
It was wild. Well, it was just crazy too looking around because at some point as people were piling in throughout the night, it was like, oh yeah, people are showing up. Girls.
They're like baby metal fans.
Girls are showing up. No, not even. They were like, like dark aesthetic chicks. The type of chicks that I would see at blood raves.
Yeah.
And shit, like stuff like that. And dude, it was just wild because I'd never in my life have I been to like a crusty fucking death metal show and it was 80% girls. It was mostly women. It was very weird, but also like the energy was great. Dude, it was really funny. Oh fuck. I just remembered. It was so great. Chris, the vocalist of Reburied, is a shorter fella. He's kind of a little dude. He's awesome. I love him to death. But he's a little guy. And at the end of the night, I guess he had like a battle vest. He's got like a vest with a bunch of patches on it. Mm-hmm. And he like took it off and put it behind the merch table. And the Reburied guys were packing up merch. And one of the Reburied guys, I don't remember who it was, holds up his vest and goes, "Oh no, guys, I think one of the girls left their vest here." And I didn't even notice it was Chris's. I was like, "Oh fuck, that sucks. Should we try to find who it is?" I see Chris just fucking walk up and grab his vest. He storms away. He's like, "Fuck you guys, man."
Just because it was a smaller vest.
Dude, he was like, "I think one of the 14-year-old girls left her vest here. Oh no."
Oh,
that was fucked up. Dude, it was funny, man. You got to talk shit. It's part of the game being out on the road, man.
Yeah, even with like can't fix that.
Yeah, dude, that's what helps me is being like a humorous guy, dude. Like even going out with Ascended Dead and stuff for the first time and shit. It was like the first couple days I was very like on my A game. I wanted to show them I was a professional.
Sure.
And I knew what I was doing, but like day 3 and I was like, shut the fuck up. I was like, hurry up.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody's not talking,
Make me a
that
peanut
way,
butter and
though.
jelly sandwich or something, or get out of here. Like fucking, I don't know. It's just fucking. It's good times.
Yeah, like we
Good
said
times.
before, if you're too polite and too nice, probably don't
Yeah,
like
it's no
you.
fun, man. You got to be able to fuck around. It's part of being out there, dude. Just like boys will be boys type shit. It's like that van is a locker room that you live in. It gets gnarly. It gets fun. Some dark humor, man. Some dirty shit. It's fun. You got to do it. It's not for the light skinned or the light skinned. The weak skinned.
What do you mean by that? It's not.
I'm pretty light skinned, dude. I don't know.
Freudian slip.
Death metal is for all races and genders.
Yeah, and ages and
ages.
yeah, it can't be ageist.
Found out. Can't be ageist. No. Unless it's like 80-year-olds running for president. Then I'm a little ageist. Then I'm a little like,
No,
hey,
this is death metal.
sit down.
You can be out of your mind and still listen to death metal. You're good. You can go to a death metal show.
That's the
I'd be
thing
fine
is
with
like
that.
death metal sucks.
You're allowed to go to a death metal show as an 80-year-old rambling,
It's like-
senile, old, not
Fucking
know where the fuck you
absolutely.
are, old man.
Yeah,
You're okay with
yeah. Dude, I've met
Yeah.
some funky ass people
that. Yeah.
on these tours, man, on these roads. There's
Now,
some-
if the
some
same guy
weirdos.
runs for president, I'm like, maybe that's not the job for you.
Maybe.
maybe you should be able to string a sentence together.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe. Did you actually see the debate?
Dude, I did.
Did you watch
And
the whole thing?
Yes, I did.
Holy shit.
Which I've never done. Dude, like, I don't
Well,
vote.
it's wild, dude. You have to.
I don't
because,
care. Like, I usually don't. I'm not, like, a politically fueled person. But, like, yeah, this time, it was, like, the most watched debate in history.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
what the fuck? It's fucking crazy.
Everybody wanted to see it. They wanted to see the train crash.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
It's like people putting their picnic baskets up on the hill to watch the Civil War.
Right. Yeah.
We got to see
Which
this.
is what I would have done. If I was in France in the 1800s, I would have gone to every beheading
Yeah, man.
with like a sandwich, with like a baguette, and just been like, oh, let's go watch the beheading.
That's just the thing to do.
That debate was something.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I didn't actually watch it. I watched the highlights like during shows. Like I watched some news shows like Breaking Points.
See,
I literally
don't-
just
I
waited.
don't like those because they're always one way or another.
Well-
They're one sided.
Well, Breaking Points has hosts of different sides. They have like the conservative people and then the liberal side too.
Oh, really?
They have 4 different hosts that like switch off.
Do they like kind of battle each
Yeah,
other?
they
a
do.
little
They
bit, too?
debate
That's
with each
cool.
other all
See,
the
that's
time.
a good way to do it. That's
yeah,
how it should
Breaking
be.
Points does it correctly, if you ask me. Like their
Okay.
style is cool, and neither side is really like heavy conservative or heavy liberal. Like it's kind of like the obvious points of both, without the
Interesting.
crazy the crazy wokeness from the left side. You don't get that on this show,
Yeah.
or like the crazy like
Christian or
hawk
whatever.
like warmongering from the right side. You like
Yeah.
crazy like evangelist kind of talk. You don't get that from the conservative side on this show. But I just waited for their like commentary on it.
Yeah.
Because like the hosts are like our age. So it's not like the hosts are like 50, 60 years old. They're literally
50's
like
okay. 80's too much.
that's
our
20
age,
years
our
though.
age might be a
that's,
little
that's
young.
20 years from like Sagar is my age. He's 32. So it's like
Oh, you are older than me.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm-
only 25.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
Well-
it's like I don't think I should have a political.
Well, it depends how long you've been
thing.
studying it and how long you've been talking about it
I
and
don't
keeping up.
study
Like,
it. I just think I'm a good person.
there are people
and I
who
want
are
things
who,
to be
who do study it though.
good.
Like there are people who do make that their passion is like knowing politics and knowing the game and shit like that.
All right, speed round.
Like, these are these
Abortion?
people.
Yes or no?
Yes, in some cases. You can't just say no. That's fucked up.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, that's fucked up, dude.
Did I?
Like, there's a lot of cases
wait.
where it's really fucked up.
That's a good story. I
say
was
no.
we were doing Dallas in Texas, right?
Yeah.
And abortion's all like fucking illegal out there and shit.
It's a big deal out there, man.
And this lady comes up to me and gives me a box. I'm talking like 40 Plan B pills and just gifts them to me.
Thanks.
Yeah. I was stoked. And she was like, you just have to, she's like, you guys are doing a few dates through Texas, right? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, take these, give them to women. And And I was like, fuck yeah, for sure, absolutely, thank you so much. And I put like 8 in my backpack. And then the rest, we were doing like a combo thing. Ascended Dead had booty shorts.
Oh, jeez.
So I was dude, the next few days, I was like, you buy a pair of booty shorts, I'll give you some Plan B, baby. And it was selling like hotcakes because that shit ain't cheap. But we literally, we got gifted like $1,000 worth of Plan B.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like thousands of dollars, dude. That's just expensive.
It was weird. It was very strange.
Yeah, that is weird.
Very weird.
But you know, you have people who are like really fucking passionate about their political views, and they think they're like saving the world by helping out somebody
putting
else.
more kids in fucking
both ways, man.
Yeah,
they think they're saving the world by killing all the babies, and then they're saving the world by making as many babies come out as possible. Like, like either way, both is kind of bad either way.
I love abortion. I think abortion's so cool and fun.
Yeah,
I think abortion's cool and fun.
Did you ever watch BoJack?
No, I've heard it's a good show though.
Dude, there's a whole like series of episodes where there's a pop singer who's like a dolphin. And she's like, it's like for abortion. She's like pro-abortion. And all her songs are like, kill that baby, you know, like it's like way over the top. And then she gets pregnant and she's like, I'm going to keep it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So they have to like, what? You can't keep the baby. You just spent all these months like being the pro-abortion. Like, she's like, no, I'm going to keep it. Like, oh my God. That show's pretty fucked up.
I've heard. Yeah, dude, it's weird. I don't know. It's kind of funny traveling the country too, and just like seeing the different like cultures.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird though because when you play big cities, a lot of big cities are just kind of inherently blue.
Yeah.
Even if it's a red state, like Austin.
Yeah, absolutely.
For instance, or like just places like that, and it's like that's where I like where there's a good mix. We should have like a balance.
Yeah, because you come from Phoenix.
Which is the exact same case. Yeah,
it's a
red state. It's like a lot of the things that are pulled deep in the city. There's a lot of blue values out here, but also I get to have my guns and mind my own fucking business.
Yeah.
You know, it's sick. That's why I like it here. It's true. It's like the Wild West, but also like no one's telling you what to fucking do, which we've had some issues with the abortion thing.
Yeah.
With that whole shit backpedaling, but I think that's probably going to get overruled at some point.
If it goes to states'
rights. And if it
rights,
doesn't, hit me up. I got a bucket full of Plan B.
Yep, still got them.
I'll take care of you.
Take a handful.
Is that illegal at this point out here? I don't know.
Yeah, that was a joke. He doesn't have any medicine for you. Got a premium if you get these booty shorts.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No, those are pretty much sold out. We fucking ran through those bitches.
Yeah.
They sold like hotcakes.
No death metal band has those. Like those are pretty. They need the
right death metal bands do. Well, there's the whole like merch core epidemic, which I'm a businessman. I do business for bands.
What does merch core epidemic
That's
mean?
like, so like bands like Frozen Soul or like Skeletal Remains, where it's like old school death metal, like it's that kind of like underground vibe, but then their merch table is insane. Like they have like sandals, thongs, flip flops, grinders, hot sauce. You know, it's like people clown on it because it's like it's kind of a sellout thing to do. Right.
Okay.
It's like you're obviously after money a little bit, but also I don't know. I'm in the middle of the world with it, where like I care about the art and like the passion and the underground vibe of doing it, and making this fucking dark, brutal fucking music. But also like you got to make your fucking bag. You know, if you want to tour full time, you better have a good fucking game plan, and you better be resourceful, and you better make money, because it's the only way to do it.
I think there's also an art in the balance of what you're selling, though. You don't go full Kiss.
Right.
You're making board
Lava
games
lamps and board games.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You know, you're selling to death metal. Like you're selling to your audience.
See, but I gotta tell you, the booty shorts did well.
I mean, yeah.
Booty shorts in the middle of summer.
I mean,
yeah, dude.
A metal chick in booty shorts.
That's what I was saying.
You know, like that's
see,
the
they
thing.
Immediately, that's the cool part.
It matches the audience.
What's up
though.
with the booty shorts too is the chicks go home and they immediately take a fucking picture in their mirror with them and like tag the band and shit. It's like that's promotion, dude.
Yeah,
that's
but like flip flops, hot sauce.
It's hot sauce pisses me off. If you're a band,
come on,
God damn it!
Did you mix that hot sauce? Did you mix it in the bowl and pour it in the jar?
I'm about to have a hot take because I'm about to work for a band. It's the biggest band I've ever worked for. that sells hot sauce. But if you were a band, a death metal band, and you sell hot sauce, you piss me the fuck off. Because what do you know? What do you know about hot sauce?
You can have an opinion.
That fucking sucks.
You think they're gonna drop you because of your opinion on selling hot sauce?
Maybe Skeletal Remains' hot sauce is really good. Buy Skeletal Remains hot sauce on the tour coming up.
Try it out. Might be good. Might be good.
this September and October in a town near you.
You know where he stands now. We'll talk to him after the tour.
And like I think so. I see. It all depends though, right? Because like same thing. I think hot sauce is dumb. Or like when bands have their own beer or whatever, it's like fucking get real. But like the
I respect
skateboard
that
decks,
more than hot sauce.
Skateboard decks are cool.
I guess.
When bands sell skateboard decks and it's like their artwork on a skateboard, that's fucking cool. Just hang it up in your house. Who cares?
Yeah.
But there's also things like, I don't know. It's like, where's the limit? Because there are cool things, and then there's like kind of lame stuff for bands to sell too. Like you said, there's Full Kiss.
Yeah, don't do
But
that.
then there's also I see a band, maybe like a local band out here that's starting to do really well, and they still just have one or two designs on a t-shirt. And I'm like, hey man, you gotta pick it up.
I see that all the time.
Thraw's
That's how it
merch
is in
spreads.
Phoenix.
Thraw's merch spreads are getting better and better every fucking tour. This one
Yeah,
coming
that's
up is
good.
great. They got a pink shirt. Everyone fucking wants that because it's pink and it's cool.
I don't want a pink shirt.
Well, it's a black shirt
Fuck
with a pink
pink
logo.
shirts.
No, I have like 4 pink shirts.
Fuck that.
I'm the guy that never wears fucking black shirts.
White is the closest I get to pink.
I have a couple good fucking band shirts that are pink. They're cool. Or what about pink logos on black shirts? Fantastic. They look so cool.
I don't have any pink logos either.
I'm like a sucker, dude. I'm a sucker for not black t-shirts though. I have a lot of like army green band shirts.
Yeah,
have,
because
like,
black is too
maroon.
common, dude. You get a black shirt, and it's
Exactly.
like you're like everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get sick of those.
I'm always looking for the band shirts that aren't black.
You know what's funny
at a
though?
merch
Like
table.
selling merch for Thraw, like you see the difference though. It's like every once in a while, like we'll play a town. Like on the last tour with Reburied, Thraw had 2 variants of their tour shirt in white or black, and some nights, like 80% of the sales were people being like, "Fuck yeah, on white, that looks fucking awesome on white. I want a different shirt. I want a white shirt. Let me buy that." And there were other nights where people were like, "Fucking white." Yeah, I'll take the black shirt. You know, I don't know where the mentality changes with
Weird.
people, but it would vary. It'd go back and forth some nights. Like you never really know. Or like the camo shirts were a hit, and then sometimes people were like, "Wow, the fuck are you selling camo shirts?" And it's like,
I think you got the
'cause they're
accent
cool.
mixed up there.
I know most of those guys were like, "Fuck yeah, camo shirt! I can wear that
Fuck
when I'm
yeah,
hunting with my
camo.
dog."
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
camo.
dude, with the highlighter orange on it. I like that. No, it depends.
Everyone,
no,
in,
actually,
the,
I feel
everyone
like,
in the crowd is in camo.
yeah, yeah. Dude, camo is such a thing.
You're in like Florida.
That's like a genre of death metal guy now, dude. Is like the camo. Camo got so hot in death metal all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It was camo hats, camo shorts. Rob's
Especially
always
like the,
wearing camo.
Especially like the southeast area.
Yeah, or everywhere. Out here it's hot. You know, it's kind of like the like what else is popular? Like Bass Pro Shop hats are like pop culture
God.
now. People just
No.
wear those because they're like, yeah, fucking I wear a Bass Pro Shop hat.
Fuck that.
And they're like the most city dwelling people ever. Yeah. It's interesting. It's weird.
It's because they have a boat.
Sure. Their dad's boat.
Yeah. That's it. That's all it
Yeah,
takes. Your
yeah,
dad's
get real.
boat. And you're a Bass Pro Shop fanatic.
I do want to stay at the one that's a pyramid. You know, they like rent out rooms. It's like a hotel.
Really?
It's in it's in Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh. So it's like the Luxor?
Yeah, dude, it's like the Luxor
What the fuck?
in Vegas. But
You
it's,
like oversee
well-
like all the people shopping? Is your window like facing
can we
inside
do
the
some
building?
research? Let's get the thing up again. Google
No,
the
I already-
Memphis. No,
it didn't
All
work
right,
out.
I'm gonna look it up on my phone. Because this is like crazy. I want to know what it was at first. Because it was like a pyramid that was built in Memphis, Tennessee, as like a hotel, and then it was bought out by fucking Bass Pro Shop. And now it's a Bass Pro Shop. It's a pyramid
That's pretty cool.
in Memphis, Tennessee, and you can like rent a room there.
Sounds like a Fry's Electronics or something.
You know, I'm so sad that one on Thunderbird shut down.
Yeah.
That was like a childhood stop for me.
Well, they all look different. They had a bunch of them around the nation, and they all had a different theme. The
one
one
out here was so cool.
Yeah, the one
though, with,
here
the
was like
dragons.
ancient Mayan theme.
Yeah, dude, it was so cool.
Even on the inside, they had like the pyramid like look,
Memphis.
and they had like mannequins up top that looked like tribal people, like offering computers and stuff to the god. Like it's
so
so
cool.
wild on the inside.
That's so
It's like,
cool.
what the fuck is this? It's a
What's
pure-
dude? The people also ask, what's the deal with Bass Pro Shops pyramid in Memphis?
What's the deal with it? Is it like some conspiracy?
Oh, for sure. In
Like
2015, the pyramid reopened as a Bass Pro Shops megastore, which includes shopping, a hotel, restaurants, a bowling alley, an archery range, an outdoor observation deck adjacent to its apex.
So a patio.
Ducks Unlimited also operates a museum here. The fuck is that? What? All right, I need to know what it was before. Bass Pro Shop, Memphis Pyramid, before.
Such a mystery. Nobody knows what it was before. They just took over the building. It's been there forever.
The aliens made it.
It's been there since 1842 when they first found it.
The pyramid was the home court of the University of Memphis men's basketball program. They made that a pyramid in 1991.
It was a basketball stadium?
This makes no sense. They're trying to cover something up.
Usually you build those like the other way.
And later for the National Basketball Association, Memphis Grizzlies.
I don't like this. This isn't making sense.
The second most asked question is the Bass Pro Shop pyramid bigger than Giza?
No. Is it?
Wow, it's close. It's close at 321 feet. It's a bit smaller than the Great Pyramid of Giza, which is 481 feet.
A bit smaller. That's over 100 feet
150
smaller. That's a
feet
significantly smaller,
it's
dude.
150 feet smaller, which is significant. Yeah.
That's a little bit smaller. That's pretty crazy.
What
though.
is the
It's pretty
seventh
big.
largest pyramid in the world?
The seventh largest?
Oh no,
is-
it's not the seventh largest. All
I was
right,
gonna say,
misled me there. I was like,
the
this is
seventh largest in the
largest
world
pyramid?
is in
Is
Memphis?
it Bass Pro Shop in Memphis, dude?
That would be incredible. Yeah.
Wow, this is interesting. Yeah, it says there's like scandals and that it was there were contract stipulations as to why it was abandoned before it was taken by Bass Pro Shop. What is the biggest pyramid in the United States?
Is it Vegas?
No, the Transameric Pyramid in San Francisco, California. My phone
Like
is blowing
ancient
up.
pyramid? Is that what they're talking about?
No, but it's 260 meters high, which I'm American. I'm a red-blooded fucking American, so I don't know what a meter is. But
Almost
okay.
3 feet. It's almost 3 feet.
So 3 times 260. I don't know. The Luxor is in second place, but it's not even close. Whoa. The Luxor is 107 meters high, and this Transameric Pyramid is 260 meters high.
It's like a train station or some shit.
I don't know. I kind of want to find out.
Transameric, huh?
I'm gonna look it up because that's like way bigger than the Luxor, and the Luxor is pretty big. Have you been to the Luxor?
Yeah, I have. I stayed there.
It's kind of crazy. You stayed there. I never actually stayed there.
I think did I stay at the Luxor or no? I stayed at the MGM.
I went in like 2012, and I was just on a mission to find Chris Angel the whole time. I wanted to see what Chris Angel was up to. You know, the fucking like spooky fake magician.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Angel. He's got a residency there.
Like, yeah, he lived in like the peak of it or whatever. Fucking
guess.
psycho. All right, Transameric.
I don't know. I'm not staying on the strip anymore when I go to Vegas. I'm not doing
I
that
don't
anymore.
like Vegas that much. Oh, it's not really a pyramid.
What?
It looks kind of weird. It's like a pyramid shaped building that's really tall.
Hmm.
Yeah, check that out.
A pyramid-shaped building?
Yeah, no. It's not
Oh, I
it's
know
not
what that
just
is.
a generic pyramid. So that's why it says it's like 150 meters higher than
Because the lines are
Luxor.
straight.
So in my opinion, the Luxor is the highest pyramid
The real pyramid.
because it's a real pyramid. This is not a pyramid. It's just kind of a pointy building.
Well,
Actually,
that-
from the top view, it kind of looks like a pyramid. I've been to San Francisco. I've never seen this thing.
it's not impressive.
It's
That's
not
why.
great. It's not
It
that
just
cool.
looks like a
I
normal
want to go to
building.
Alcatraz, man. I've never been.
Alcatraz? What's so special about that place?
syphilis. People escaped. It's like a prison that's in the middle of a body of water.
Sounds so great.
It seems
Like
cool.
what?
It's dark and eerie. You never played Mob of the Dead on Call of Duty Black Ops 2? You don't have that
I
drive
played
to
that
go to-
a long time ago.
Yeah, but wasn't it cool?
I didn't really get into zombies.
I'm
I was into multiplayer.
OG. I don't know. I don't play video games.
I like killing
anymore.
live people.
I don't like the way you said that.
They have to be alive.
They have to be alive.
I'm going to shoot him in the head.
Yeah, right. Interesting. How many people have you killed?
I don't know. Let me check my KD.
Oh, God.
I've been playing Call of Duty Mobile a lot.
Have you really?
Yeah, that game is
Dude,
super fun.
I'm so out of touch with
It'd probably be
video
really good for
games.
tour, actually.
No, I don't. I don't play. I don't have time to play video games on tour. And like
Yeah,
now, when I get
that's true.
home, I don't even have motivation to play video games at home anymore.
You're not going to play Minecraft with us?
I will play Minecraft. See, I like to occasionally play like a relaxing.
We got Fabio
Game.
on. We got Chris Hernandez on.
Is Chris Hernandez in
Yeah,
the
dude.
realm
He's been
now,
building
dude?
a lot. He's been building a lot. It's pretty cool.
It'll probably be like last time. I'll say I'll do it, and I'll go like load into the realm, and then I'm not gonna fucking do
Yeah,
anything.
we've got like portals, so you can instantly travel from portal to
I
portal.
watch YouTube and I
Pretty cool.
and I work and I like write things and like
Write things?
yeah.
You write?
There's a lot of writing in terms just with my job. I have to like when I have a tour, like I'm like the guy that like writes out like the mileage and the distances and shit
well,
like
that's
that.
you're not
like-
writing. That's
Well, yeah, but I have to
That's
like write
taking
things down. That's what I'm
notes.
saying. I have to like do desk work a lot. You know, I have to.
yeah,
like,
that's
write out-
admin. That's not writing.
Sometimes I write. I write creative stuff sometimes.
Like what? What do you write?
About killing people.
Really? Well, like horror stories or something?
No, I haven't actually written. I used to. I like wrote like a dumb book when I was like 14. I don't think I've written since then. I used to write music. Now I don't.
Mm.
Lyrics, just lyrics too. I can't write music.
Now
I'm
you're gonna
learning.
be writing
Dude, I'm
bass, right?
learning bass. I'm not going to be writing. I'm going to be.
You're gonna be writing bass.
I'm going to be getting told what the bass is. I will not be writing bass. I'm not going to be like credited on an album for a while. I might be doing live bass into next year.
You're like,
but
hey guys,
that's it.
doesn't this sound better?
Yeah,
And they're gonna be like, no.
what the fuck are you doing? Yeah.
No, stick to what we told you.
Yeah, more pick, less fingers. I'll be like,
You're
"Okay."
ruining the whole song.
Yeah, probably. I'm not going to be one to write music ever. That's why I hold a lot of respect for these people that write music and fucking make it their passion and pull shit
Yeah.
off, man. It's cool. It's cool stuff.
I
can't
like
fucking do that.
I liked when I was talking with Eric Ellis about Day Tripper,
Hmm.
and he said like all of us learned our instruments
Yeah.
for this band.
Yeah.
It's just
Dude,
like,
the
that's
brain.
That's awesome.
The brain on that boy, dude.
That's
Eric
pretty
is
pretty
a
good.
smart man.
Yeah,
I fucking love that human being to death. Dude.
yeah, he's a cool guy.
Did you listen to his like solo like
What, 2 Trains?
no, just like Eric Ellis on Spotify.
Oh no, his he made some
I don't know how to explain it. It's all very
kinda
across
weird,
the board. It's like
jazzy kind of
jazzy, like EDM kind of.
like lounge.
But it
kinda
varies.
stuff.
It varies. There's like some really like a lot of drum and bass songs. There's like some jazzy songs. It's like it's really interesting. He's just he's a fucking smart guy. I love Day Tripper.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear more from him. He's fucking.
It's great. His since his lady joined too, his lady friend, his
Mhm.
girlfriend. They've been together for like a year too. It surprised me. They like said that the other day. And yeah, what she does like keyboards and vocals,
Mhm.
which like you want that in a doom band so bad.
Yeah,
Female vocals,
yeah. I want to see you.
so good.
I want to see how they use her
So
voice
cool.
more, like throughout
Like in upcoming records
in
and
upcoming
stuff?
albums, because she's
Dude.
only on like 1 song for this album.
No,
Maybe 2,
I think so,
but
2.
yeah, but it's like
I don't know.
they could use the vocals for more. You know, sounds cool.
Dude, it sounds great.
I was surprised when she only sang like 1 song at the show. I was like, oh, really?
I think she tried to lay some backing stuff into there, but that's the thing is that she did the role good. I thought you were talking about the Born of Ash
Yeah.
CD release. Is like she's very like monotone when she's up there. She doesn't like look around or like fuck around. She's like very focused on like what she has to do, which occasionally is just like
Well, maybe she's just new at it. And, like, trying to
maybe,
figure
but
it
I
out.
thought it had like a layer of mystique to it that was really cool.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
proud
all
of them. They're great.
well, they're
fucking
all
awesome.
they're all kind of like in their character when they're on stage.
Exactly.
I like it though. It looks cool.
They're great. Because I mean, I don't know, like Doom, like Stoner Doom is kind of played out. It's hard for me to like a new Stoner Doom band.
That's how it sounds.
because it's how it sounds.
It's got to sound good.
But it's got to be good. And just I know, dude, the way Eric writes music, man, it's just like fucking.
Yeah,
I like talented.
I like their melodies that they use. You know, I'm like, I have to be into the music, or else I don't care. I don't care about your gimmick. I don't care if it's the coolest fucking theme in the world.
Right.
Like, I don't care how much effort you put in the production. Like, you could be like Guar. I don't give a fuck, dude. But if it sounds like shit, like, I'm not gonna listen to it.
Eric's the man, dude. I was listening to one of his fucking songs on the way over here. It's called Deadlines.
Yeah.
It's yeah, he's fucking awesome, dude. What a cool guy. I don't know who else is up and coming out here. Who's killing it? Eternal just went on their first tour.
Yeah.
For about a week up the West Coast.
I like how Eternal sounds. Just super fucking raw.
Yeah, raw, just like that death, fucking straight up death metal style, old school. Dude, they eat it up. Like I said, the Pacific Northwest and stuff is like that's their fucking bread and butter right now. So I'm sure that went well for them.
Yeah, I need to see some bands out of state. Like, I need to go to shows that aren't in Phoenix.
You should. It's refreshing.
I want to see what it's like in other places.
It's refreshing. You should maybe look into getting into the business, man.
What, touring?
Yeah. Dude, there's a wide market for it. That's why I'm getting so much work being fresh into it, man. Is like, if you're competent and you can do it and you understand how it works, like a band somewhere needs a driver or a tour manager or a merch guy.
Yeah, sure.
Like, it's a wide open margin. It's available right now.
I would almost rather make the tour the podcast.
That'd be great.
Like, tour with a band as myself, almost.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and get interviews where we go. Not with the band, because I don't want to be bogged down with work. You know what I mean? Like, the band work.
All right.
So I would have to follow. Or
in doing that, how are you going to make money doing that?
I won't.
How are you going to get paid?
That's the thing. Like, I have to figure out a way to make money first before that happens. Like,
that's going to be tough.
I know. It's hard to make money with a podcast anywhere.
The only way I can tour is because I get paid.
I know. I know that.
The only way.
The podcast would have to make me money.
And it's still hard. Like, I have decent rates with bands these days. And it's still like, when you're like, you can't go grocery shopping. You know, like, you have to spend money to be on the road. It's tough. It's fucking hard, dude.
Yeah, I know.
So you gotta. So maybe you should do both. I mean, music mixing and stuff, right? You should do front of house. You know how many bands ask me, like fucking big bands ask me, like, hey, can you do like front of house mixing and shit? And I'm like, no, I don't really know. And they're like, all right, well, we don't really, like, we'd love to bring you on as that, but you can't really do that. Like, if that's another thing I could layer into my job, I could probably be making pretty good money.
Yeah.
Between like TMing and driving and mixing front of house.
Yeah.
You should look into that, dude. Bands need it all the time.
Could, but...
And bands will just pick it up, too. Sometimes you'll be on tour with a band, right? And if there's a band that joins you for like a week on your tour and sees that you're doing sound for the headliner or whatever, they might want you. And then you can be like, dude, it's going to take fucking 30 minutes of your day where you're already working at the show to just mix them and get them set up, and you can charge them a day rate for it.
Yeah, I understand.
That's be fucking killer, dude. That'd be great for you.
Yeah, I used to want to do that.
Yeah, if you don't enjoy it, it's not going to work.
I'm not going to enjoy it, though.
All right, if you're not going to enjoy it, then it's not going to. That's the thing.
Like,
I enjoy what I do, so it's worth it for me, Because what I do is like numbers and money and socializing, and I fucking love it.
Yeah, I like the socializing part.
Yeah, it's good.
The numbers and the money part would stress me the fuck out.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, for you.
It's easy. Yeah, but that's the thing. Yeah, since I've like done like business out here, it's like touring and like band, like when people get stressed about the money with band stuff, I'm like, it's pretty straightforward. Like, it's all here.
It's overwhelming.
Like, no, not really.
Yeah. You're good at keeping all that in track.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy how well, it's overwhelming. Mostly what I see is like it values guys like John in Ascended Dead, where he was the band's, when bands go out for the first few times, they can't afford to hire someone. Like, there's always it's always the like main dude in the band who like does the songwriting and is like the leader of the band that has to handle all of this shit as well. And when you're on the road, it's too much.
Yeah.
That dwells on you. That tends to be a lot. It's like, all right, well, I have to perform. I have to be my best self. I have to socialize. I have to network. I have to talk to the promoter. I have to fucking settle. I have to make sure that things are fair. I have to not be a dick, but I have to get paid well. It's like, it's stressful. But when you have one guy whose job that is, it's like, it's easy. Yeah. I had a few times where like shit was maybe a little sketchy and they were trying to give me shit. And I was like, not going to happen. My one job is to work for this band and make sure this band is paid. That's what's going to happen. We have contracts.
Yeah, I was lucky enough when I went out with Arcanaut. I was technically in the tour manager role, but it was only like 2 or 3 shows. You know,
Right,
it wasn't
yeah.
like I was just kind of like talking to the bar so that the band
And
didn't
like,
have to.
so like, what were you doing it professionally at that time? Did you have contracts and itineraries with the venue and with the owner?
Absolutely
Did
not.
you contact them? Exactly. If you don't have that shit lined up and in paperwork, then they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
You can get fucked.
We had
You can show
verbal.
up and play
It
a
was all
show.
verbal agreements.
Exactly. Yeah. And then I mean that's what happened with Condemned the first time we went out with like Kenyatta. That first date of the whole thing in Corpus Christi, the promoter just never fucking showed up. We got paid in pizza. Like that's unacceptable
Wow.
to me these days. That's just not how it fucking works anymore. Nowadays, a promoter tries to short me $20 and I'll be like, hey, read the fucking email.
Yeah.
Like that's not how this works. You agreed to, and I mean, there's more layers of that. I'm not a booking agent, but
Right.
most of the tours that I take at this point, there's a booking agent involved, which is like usually they'll take like 10% of the guarantee and it's worth it. It's up and coming bands that are trying to get tours going. If you're even doing a week and it's your first time out, talk to a booking agent.
Mm-hmm.
Have a booking agent, have them do the booking for you. Let them take their small percentage out of the guarantee to make sure you get a guarantee. You
Yeah.
know, it's better than not having a fucking guarantee at all.
It's on their reputation.
You know, a
Like,
guarantee
to make the shows work.
Exactly, it is, and it's up to it's what they get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Is their percentage of whatever you're going to make on that tour or on that show. And you know, also like guarantees aren't necessary. You don't need a guarantee on every show. There's door deals as well, which is where maybe the booking agent got a show booked for you in some town, but let's say it's Fargo, fucking North Dakota, you might not get a guarantee because the promoter doesn't want to take the risk of setting up this show and paying for it and no one showing up. So then you just get a percentage of what comes through the door, you know, but sometimes those work out. Like I said, I've seen shows where the door deal is better than what a theoretical guarantee would be. You know, there's bands that average guarantees of $500, $600.
Yeah.
And sometimes you take a door deal and it's a place like Bozeman, fucking Montana. Dude, it was like so many kids came through that night and there's one other band. It was like almost $900
Nice.
in door money. We were like, oh, it's a door deal in this bumfuck town. We're going to make fucking $100 tonight. Boy, were we wrong. You never know. You never know. So, I mean, it's risky out there. It's risky fucking touring and getting out there. But if you do it right, man, it pays off.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Sounds like it could, but
Yeah. I mean, there's expenses too. Well, that's the thing too, is at this point, like when I'm with bands, even if I'm not tour managing, I already talked to Skeletal about this. I'm not the tour manager necessarily, but I'm going to be kind of like an assistant tour manager, like spreadsheets. Like you just got to do a spreadsheet.
yeah.
You look at where you're at with merch, you look at what sells, what you need to re-up on, and then also just as simple as income and expenses. If you break down your income and expenses, you know exactly where you're at. It's like you need to put your merch income every night, you need to put your door income every night, and then your expenses as well. Which, yeah, it's expensive to tour like when you're a fresh band going out for the first time. And you're like, fuck, we had to spend $100 on gas today and $80 on a hotel room, and we all had to feed ourselves.
Mhm.
That seems crazy, right? You got to spend like $300 that day or whatever. But, you know, when you have a guarantee and when you're making close to fucking 4 figures in merch, it levels out.
It's just budgeting.
It's worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. If you
That's part of it too, is budgeting.
And if
I
if
did
you
better
don't
than
know
ever on this last tour with
Yeah,
like
and if-
budgeting and not eating out all the time, which it's tricky because the first few times you go out on tour, you're excited and you're like, I'm in a new place. I got to try the food. You know, I want to have a beer at this bar. I want to fucking, if you're in, you know, you're on the coast or you're in Louisiana, you want to eat the food. You
Yeah.
want to like treat yourself to a nice meal while you're out of town. But once you do it a few times, you're like, okay, maybe I can, maybe if I spend $10 on food today instead of 40, that's going to make a difference on how much money I have when I get home.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Right.
it's tricky. It's hard because it's part of balancing the experience and enjoying it with being frugal and taking care of
Well,
yourself.
also the first few times you go out, you don't know how much money you're actually making or how much you
Oh,
should
at
be
all.
making.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
you know, those numbers change and you don't know what's going on.
Like I said, the lack of stress I
So-
have going out with bands where I know that I have like a guaranteed pay every day.
Yeah.
Like I have a day rate. I'm like, oh, this is great. I remember going out when it was my band and being like, what's going to happen?
Yeah. How many people are going to show up?
What's going to happen?
Are we just going to play to the other band?
Exactly.
Like-
yeah, which has happened. Which
Yeah.
I've experienced those shows.
Remember going to Bisbee?
Yeah.
Condemned Till Dawn played to Argonaut,
and
then
that's the
Argonaut
thing,
played to
dude.
Condemned Till Dawn.
I'm so humble, dude. Like I love looking back at those and like I was ecstatic.
Oh,
I was
man.
stoked. I was so excited to just like go somewhere with a band.
I was kind of bummed.
To travel and like, yeah, but like whatever, there's no fucking money. That like the highlight of that whole show was like the bartender, right?
Yeah.
In a Skeletal Remains shirt. Just like there was someone cool to talk to.
Scattered Guts.
And, what did I say? Skeletal Remains? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. This is Scattered Gut shirts. Oops.
Yeah, you could tell like she was the one that made the show happen. It's like
exactly,
nobody else in the
yeah,
town
yeah.
wanted metal.
And it's like, dude, yeah, I mean,
Fuck.
it's been a while since I've been a part of a show that rough. But like, but at that time, I was just excited to go somewhere with a band. And like, dude, we sold a shirt. We sold a shirt. Yay! Someone in Bisbee is gonna be walking around in a Condemned Till Dawn shirt or like whatever, So I don't know. Yeah, it's just it's humbling moving on from that to like working some of these shows that are like sold out 1,000 cap room fucking shows and just like seeing those numbers and seeing what it can grow into. It's like it's cool, dude. I'm glad that I kind of shifted from joining bands and performing as a vocalist with Condemned into kind of the business side of things, which was always my strong suit anyways.
Yeah. Would you say Phoenix is like a hard place to jump off from?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
Why is that?
Because I'm working with one of the bands that's jumping off harder than ever right now, which is Thra.
Is it just people not taking the right steps?
Yes. It's difficult. It's hard. You have to, dude, it's insanely like the stars have to line up so crazy for you to have like a group of competent adults. Like 4 or 5 people that are like, yeah, I want to commit. And like, cause you have to rough it. You have to go on tour a few times and break even or lose money. And like, it's tough when you're like working with like-minded adults that want to make music and invest into it. You have to invest in merch. You have to invest in production and making music and putting it out there and playing shows and going out on the road. If you have family, leaving family, if you have a day job, getting time off from that day job, it's incredibly difficult before you have that security of like reasonable income on the road, which is like, it takes a while. It takes a lot of work. So it's just, it's difficult. I don't think it's too hard. From what I've experienced, I think Phoenix is a great spot for it because there's a good enough scene out here to build yourself, but also you don't want it to be a music mecca either.
You get lost.
Because it's too diluted. Mm-hmm. There's too many bands that are jumping off. You can't look at Portland or Austin or like LA or New York. There's so many fucking bands coming out of there that are blowing up and getting on those right fucking waves and getting on those right tours. It's like, how are you going to do it? So I feel like Phoenix is a good middle ground. It really is, where it's not like a dead bumfuck town where no one's going to know you and you can't just make simple contacts to get out there.
Yeah.
But also, it's not over flooded, which borderline it is. I'd say it leans more towards.
Well, the population has kind of gone up
and there's
lately.
A lot of bands. There's a lot of bands out there doing good shit across a lot of different subgenres and shit.
What the fuck else is there to do around here?
Exactly. That's why I'm doing this, dude.
The music is just
it's like a capital of fucking free to work state, and I still found myself in music. Why the fuck am I doing music for a living? It's like, because I don't know, it's great. It's awesome. Yeah, so no, I think Phoenix is a good spot. I think a lot of people that feel defeated out here will just kind of play it off as, oh, well, it's Arizona.
I feel like most of the time it's just like they're with the wrong people.
Yeah.
Not making the right, not dedicated enough.
At the end of the day, that's the case because that's 90% of bands.
Yeah.
Even bands that might have the talent or the like one guy in the band has a personal drive, let's say, to get it done. If you don't have the full operation working, and it's luck too. It's about getting out there and networking, getting on a tour. It's about fucking lucking out and fucking finding the right people. And then not only do you have to prove yourself here and get on a tour, you then have to execute the tour and prove yourself to booking agents and to fucking promoters. It's rare. It's 10 needles in the haystack get to do it every couple of years,
Yeah, for sure.
I think this is I love fucking living here. I've been all over the country now. There's very few places I would live instead. Honestly, probably like I've debated. I could probably pull off Portland or Austin. Yeah. I would maybe live there, but I love living here. I think it's a good community. It's a good scene. I think people have opportunity. You just got to do it. You got to drive for a while. And I've seen, it's crazy. Sometimes you'll see a band work for a few years or several years 10 years.
Yeah, I've seen it
And
personally.
get like close. Like I'm like, oh, this band is the next one to do it. Like they're this close to being like made and like being able to make tours and make shit happen. And then something happens and they fall off.
Yeah.
And that's it. You know, bands, they get sick. One guy who's like a primary songwriter or something quits. That's it.
Or someone has a fucking baby or something.
Someone has a baby, you know, it's stuff like that. It's
so
tricky,
lame.
which is fine. You know, I don't put people down for that. If you want to live the family life and do your thing, that's it. You know, you're not a fucking loser for that. You're the opposite. Are you more of a loser for fucking not having a family and just touring and being sweaty and not showering a lot and playing shows? I don't know. It depends.
I mean,
are you into it?
You think Rome conquered the world by staying home with their kids?
Oh fuck! Oh, I'm gonna start saying that. Oh shit! I gotta start saying that. It's like, there's always one dude with a kid in the band. I'm gonna start being like, what do you think this is, man? This is war.
You think Rome conquered the world?
You think Rome conquered Fargo, North Dakota, by staying at home watching damn kids? That's why you need Plan B, America. You need abortions. You got to play rock and roll.
Just get that little fucker an iPad. Let's go.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I live for, dude. I don't know. I live for the shows. I live for the music. And I wouldn't trade it for the world, dude.
See, I want to try to find a way to match, like to mix this with that kind of world. You know, I want to be the guy in the parking lot with the pop-up tent and the fucking live show while people are walking in.
You could do it. People would
possible.
do it. People would do it.
Possible.
If you had a platform on that, you could absolutely do it.
Yeah.
You want me to, like,
I wanted to do it at Sad Dad, but
I'll be
I just
your
ran out of time.
correspondent.
Correspondent.
Want me to like call in?
Yeah, you can
Do
call
like
in.
webcam podcasts with bands that I'm on the road with and stuff.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Let's do it.
That'd be really
not?
neat, actually.
People will be down.
A live, a remote. What would you call it? You'd be like a remote reporter.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, it's Kyler here with Things Beyond Sound.
What would be great is the days 90% of the time when I have to text you and be like, this band said fuck no. This band was like, what the fuck are you talking about? We're not doing that. I was like, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's
that
cool.
was one of my visions. Would be to like try to grab bands who are like local,
Yeah.
and not on the tour, but the local openers, and try to get like a segment with them. Like
Maybe
do
you
a,
should try
do
to
a
get
kind of show like that.
You should try to get bands that are touring though too.
Yeah.
That are coming through, even in Phoenix. You don't have to do it remote or out of state or anything. As cool as that would be, once you have a budget and can fucking swing something like that.
It'd probably
But-
be less equipment, honestly, to do that.
Yeah, just like a pop-up thing, like in a venue.
Get a little Zoom recorder.
It's just, it's tricky though, man. You gotta expect to get told no. Expect bands to be tired,
oh yeah.
fucking busy
I know.
dudes that like can't quite
That
swing it.
that would be
But
part
if
of
you
the
hit 'em
skill.
up, if you hit them up ahead of time, like, you know, a lot of bands that are like in that breaking point underground kind of thing that are on tour want opportunities like that. You might be able to find it.
Yeah, I've just been trying to hit the local bands recently. Just try to get bands who are popular here.
Well, that's good. That's your thing out here. That's why I enjoy Things Beyond Sound, because like I'm familiar with
Yeah.
80% of the guests that you
Yeah,
have
I'm trying
on.
to
I'm
just
like,
lean into
"Ah."
that.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
lean
which-
into the community
which we're-
here
that-
first,
that's-
and
it's
then
just it's like a band.
Yeah.
Or a business, right? You got to grow it here first. And
Yeah,
then
sure.
Once you have a foothold, then you can kind of maybe.
It's just taking fucking forever.
Yeah.
It's been like, what, 3 years almost? I think it's like 2 years.
Have you been doing it that long?
Yeah, dude. I've been doing it a long time.
Sick. Well, yeah. What my first episode was like, episode 9 or something, or 10.
Yeah, I think so.
and
something like
what
that.
we did. It was here,
You could look it up, dude.
but it was, yeah. You should look it up. It was
See
in the movie room at this apartment complex.
yeah, right.
This is early on.
Yeah,
No
the movie
video.
theater. Yeah, they kicked us out.
Dude, that
Fucking-
was
no,
sick.
that was with Nate.
I was having a blast. But yeah, dude, same thing. It's kind of just like, you know, where you're at with it. And like for me, I was like, this is cool. I'm doing a podcast. I didn't think about your production quality or who was going to listen to it. I was like, this is cool. I get to fucking talk to someone that's doing something, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty fun just sitting down and doing a simple show like this. Like, just have a conversation. Like, I don't need to fucking, you know, I don't need to go through and do like a documentary on every band or anything like that.
No. I think you got a good program here, dude. I like listening to your show.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
I do. I love this podcast. It's great. It's like my hometown podcast. I don't know. There's not really a lot of other people that I think are doing it.
Not a
shooting
lot.
in the right direction.
Jacob Santoro had the Basement Dweller for a while.
Right, that was
He
thing.
went on hiatus with that.
Exactly.
He's been working on more like behind the scenes kind of production stuff,
Which is cool.
He opened up his studio to try to get other people in to do their podcasts, stuff like that. But I want to recruit him for like a network, like a podcast network, and get other people to do their shows. Like Luis to do a cooking show with Justin or something.
Right, but have it all under one
umbrella. It'll be like Things Beyond
network.
Studios.
That's great.
That'd be cool.
That's a good idea, dude.
You are episode 9.
It was 9, right? It was that first one that I did.
Yeah,
where I was like, I'm joining Condemned Till Dawn.
Yeah,
I'm very excited.
Yeah, you were like, I'm gonna be in Condemned Till Dawn, and then the band stopped.
Yeah. It was like the next podcast. I was like, so we're rolling with the punches. We're still gonna have a good year. And then the next podcast, I was like, so I'm tour managing now, and I'm no longer in a band. No, I'm very grateful for my time with Condemned. It was good stuff. I enjoyed it. I got to kind of jump into a band and play some really killer shows and go on the road a little bit, and like that's the little bit of experience that I needed to set me up for what I'm doing now. And like I said, I'm looking into expanding myself musically a little bit again.
That's good, man.
Play some shows. I think by next year I should hopefully be doing some shows one way or another.
Are you doing vocals at all or just bass?
Probably just bass at first to focus on it. And if it's with the project that I have in mind, it'll most likely be just bass. Maybe the occasional backing vocal.
Yeah.
But not like vocals and bass. But in due time, like I said, dude, I'm still just 25. So like if I grind on that shit for a few years, I could probably get something rolling.
Yeah, I mean,
where I kind of do both.
Depends how much you practice.
Yeah.
Just keep practicing.
I have to do that. It's going to take a lot.
Yeah, that's why I don't play any instruments. I don't practice.
Yeah, I have to find where to balance that time with like going out on the road and doing the day job when I'm home and my personal life and playing bass. But I really want to do it. I don't know, for some reason I've had like a calling to bass. I really want to just do that.
Yeah, I mean that's like one of the drivers of like most songs. You know, if your bass is playing, it sucks. Like most people don't even know why your song sucks.
Exactly.
It's like because there's no bass.
Yeah, exactly.
So I hear bands go up on stage. They have 2 guitarists and a drummer and a singer, and you're like, I don't see a bass guitar. Like, oh no.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like I focused on vocals for a few years before I ever did it to make sure that I was good at it.
Yeah.
And like I just put that was easy enough to like train and learn on my own. But it's kind of different this time around with bass, where it's like I just have to make sure I'm even good enough because I have an opportunity that I really want to make fucking work, you know. So it's gonna take some time, but I'm looking forward to it.
Study Iommi.
Iommi, yeah I mean there is Iommi. What I was watching
just some Black Sabbath songs. Just get good. Get good at those.
One thing I was watching was like the Dave Ellefson, fucking the old the Megadeth guy.
I don't remember.
That got, he had like the whole controversy with like jerking off on camera with like a 19-year-old.
Oh jeez.
He got canceled. He got kicked out of Megadeth.
I don't remember that.
That was the first video I watched. Disappointingly, his bass lesson videos, there's no jerking off.
I don't think I need him to teach me how to do that.
I could use some help. Dave, call me. I think he lives out here. I feel like I saw him at a show once or something.
Mustaine?
No.
He lives out here.
Yeah, Mustaine. Well, he used to. Does he still live out here?
I don't know. I think he used to, but I don't know if he still does. He probably still does. It's so easy to live out here, dude.
It's great. Well, a lot of big name dudes live out here.
A lot of rich people in general.
Yeah.
A lot of successful, wealthy people live in Arizona.
And some of them in music.
Because it doesn't snow.
For sure. Yeah, it's great.
Never snows.
I don't like the snow that much.
Nobody fucking likes the snow.
I have to go to Canada.
Like,
see how that goes.
While it's snowing, huh?
Does it snow in Canada
in September?
In October?
October? Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty far up there.
I think it might be snowing.
Well, be safe. Don't drive the van off the road.
October 9th and 10th, I will be in Canada.
Sounds fun.
As long as we have chains.
It's going to be cold as fuck, dude.
Yeah, I'll smoke cigarettes. I'll be fine. Hot coffee, cigarettes. We'll go to Tim Hortons.
What is Tim Hortons?
It's like the fucking Canadian McDonald's.
Oh, is it?
Right? Yeah, it's like their big. It's like their
Tim Hortons.
Their place.
Yeah, I feel like I remember reading about that. Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
I want to say there's
They have
another
coffee
restaurant.
and donuts and like sandwiches.
There's
It's
another
like
restaurant.
Dunkin' Donuts, but in Canada.
Oh.
I don't know. I haven't been. I do have.
So
I have a
Canada
Canadian
runs on
dollar.
Hortons?
Does Canada run on Tim Hortons? I think that's true.
Is that
They
what they
probably
say?
say that. Yeah, it's like it's a big
a
deal.
joke.
It's a big deal up there. Yeah, I fucking love Dunkin'
My parents just
Donuts.
went to Europe. They're in like Switzerland and Germany and Austria, and they said
That's-
that there was a Dunkin' there.
I've never been out there, and that's on my to-do list. I've gotten offers now. I have an offer for next year to go to Japan for 10 days with a band.
That'd be cool.
And yeah, as long I'm getting my passport in hopefully this month or end of this month. So once that's in, I can start taking offers like that.
It'd be really cool.
I think Japan
Definitely-
would be great.
You're definitely gonna have to document that one on video.
Going to Japan, yeah, absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're gonna be the douchebag American walking around with their phone.
Whoa,
You have
the
to be.
7-Eleven food is
You have
so
to be.
good.
You'd be
And
like
I'll be
Logan
stoked.
Paul.
I'll be stoked. Yeah, Logan Paul will be like, I'm in the suicide forest. There's a guy hanging. Who would have fucking thunk?
How wacky!
That's my goal.
That motherfucker.
This podcast is going to be
Oh, man.
the number one rival to the Logan Paul podcast.
This
5
one?
years. Yes.
No, I'm not gonna rival
think
Logan
so.
Paul. He's gonna beat me up.
No, he won't. Yeah, he will. Actually, dude, Logan Paul and Jake Paul are both, they're very good fighters.
They fight. Yeah,
They're
I don't fight.
actually-
Dude. I don't fight.
As much shit as you want to talk about them, those dudes can throw down.
Yeah,
They can fight.
I'm gonna pick up the nearest chair, start swinging.
Yeah. Yeah, no, hopefully I think next year is probably going to have a little bit of like Europe and Southeast Asia for me in terms of touring.
Yeah, man, that'd be cool.
Which is cool too, because once again, that'll be like a merch TM thing specifically for me. Like you usually have like a translator and a driver for places like that. Like you can get someone set up, and like backline is usually supplied for you. Obviously, you're not flying your amps out, so
Not yet.
not yet. We'll
Wait until
see.
Thra has their own jet.
Dude, the Thra jet's gonna have Thra Worldwide is my thing. It's funny because even like the Ascended Dead guys almost started picking at me at a point in time about how much I hype up Thra and how much I love Thra. They'd be like, "Ooh, Thra, I love Thra." John likes to draw these little like cartoon pictures of some goofy shit, and he drew like me like blowing a guy with a Thra shirt on. Like
Nice.
so dumb, but just like yeah. But I have a lot of faith in Thra, dude. I think Thra can do it. I think Thra can be one of those big name fucking sludge death bands because that's a thing.
I do too.
They're killer, dude.
Yeah, dude.
They're a band that I've seen. Like I've worked shows with them that are dead nothing, and I've worked huge shows with them. You know, it's like they have the drive. I'm really looking forward to this next tour, man, because it's them headlining. They've never been out. The last time they were out on the East Coast was supporting Conan,
Yeah.
but this time is headlining, and like we're worried it's not going to be awesome every night. There's going to be some faulty, hard-working nights to be had, but I have a lot of faith in them. It's cool working with like an up-and-coming band like that. That I have a lot of faith in,
Yeah.
that I enjoy. I think Thraw's great.
Yeah, I hope they make it
Thraw
too.
does some cool shit, man.
I hope they make some.
They already made it,
fucking-
man. They're doing tours.
Yeah, they're making. If you're making money with your music,
They're selling
like
records.
that's enough, dude.
That's
You're
it.
making it.
They're doing great. Yeah. That's the biggest band out of Arizona I work with. Bottom line. Oh, fuck. Should I talk about this? I turned down a tour to take the Skeletal tour. And it was a big tour.
Are you gonna hurt someone's feelings talking about
No,
it?
maybe if the fucking tour manager that hit me up to take it watches this all the way to the end, however far in we are now. How far in are we?
2 hours and let's see, over 2.5 hours.
Fuck yeah. All right, so yeah, he's probably not here. Yeah, I got offered to TM for Worm, and it was supporting Gate Creeper. And like Gate Creeper's the big band. I don't even think that tour's been announced yet. I don't know what's going on with that, but it was kind of like I was excited about the opportunity at first, and like I got hit up about it the day of that I met Skeletal Remains in North Carolina, and kind of talked to them about possibly working with them. So they fell in the same time. I didn't necessarily like brush one off or the other. But it was kind of weird because I got hit up from another tour manager that's well known that I've heard. It's kind of wishy-washy, hard to get in contact with. And and it was to work for Worm on this tour that's with Gate Creeper. And even when I was first talking to the guy, I was kind of like, okay, cool. Like, I think I'd be interested in possibly doing this. Let me get in contact with Worm and talk to those guys directly about doing this. And he was kind of like, well, no. You know, he was like, yeah, it's all through me. Like, you can just talk through me. So it kind of felt like a middleman situation. And like, I know people that know Worm, and they've said they're kind of, you know, interesting dudes. And like, I just had like I don't want to badmouth anyone. It's not that severe, but when I weighed out my options between that and the tour with the band with dudes that I've met a few times now,
Yeah, I mean,
and that I know a reputation with, that have like played shows with Charlie and like have played a bunch of shows with Saint Breaker. Out here, they're more like my area kind of guys. They're an LA band instead of, you know, wherever they're from. I ended up prioritizing the Skeletal tour.
yeah,
Which technically might not even be a bigger tour, but that's fine with me. That's cool. I have a better feeling about it.
yeah. I mean,
Fucking Skeletor Man.
you still got
Witcher
time
and
to build up
Phobophilic.
your repertoire.
Yeah, that's the tricky part about it is like when you're in my position, you have to turn down tours sometimes. And sometimes you like beat yourself up. You're like, fuck, maybe I shouldn't have turned that one down. Or maybe sometimes you're like, phew. You know, I always weigh out my odds with what I take. Because I don't want to get a tour with like, just because it's the name of a band that I like.
And just say yes to everything.
No. See, I think that's not the way to do this job. If you do this job and you do that, then you're probably going to end up hating it. Because eventually you're going to work with some fucking douchebag or some asshole or some idiot.
Hey,
or
take
like,
the bad with the good.
I don't know. I think that would have been a great tour for me. I wish I could have, I wish there was two of me and I could have done that tour as well. But that one I had to turn that one down. Little bummed about it, but also like, I just had a gut feeling about which tour would be better for me.
Yeah.
So, and I think this one will be. I like the Skeletal guys. I got to hang out with them. So I met them formally as someone in my position in North Carolina when they played with Ascended Dead and Incantation on that show. And then they were out here on the same tour. It's like the two tours crossed over, and it was like a collab date. That was when I met them out there. And then they were still on that tour with Exhumed and Morbicon and at Pub Rock. And I got to kind of chap it up with them, talk to them more about going out and doing this one. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be good. Is the camera still doing the weird thing where I put the thumbs up? Have we tried that yet?
Hold on, let me switch.
Does it do a little emote?
Yeah, so if we go here and then it does.
Does it really?
Yeah, it does. It works. If you
I
put
wonder
a thumbs up,
if that'll come
It's a
across on the
stupid
podcast.
camera,
Like, fucking dude, I hope so.
end of the podcast, it's all weird. Like, put a thumbs up, just do the fireworks.
Yeah. I don't know. What else is there to talk about before we fucking wrap this thing up, dude?
I don't know, man.
I gotta
think
pee.
I think we talked about a lot.
Yeah, it was good. I always enjoy
Went through
doing
a
this,
lot
man.
of
I want to
stuff.
come back more often, as long as I'm in town.
Oh, we will. And if there's anybody you want to see on the podcast, just let me know.
Let me think. I think you should get Gavin on.
Yeah.
Did
Bug
you
them. Bug them. Because if I cold message people, sometimes they just don't care.
Okay. I think Gavin would be cool.
If you like bug people to come on, I'll help them
Let
on.
me think. Did you have Eric on?
Yeah.
You had Eric on.
Yeah, it was a fun episode. That was like when Day Tripper was new.
Yeah. they're doing well now.
Yeah, I like their shows.
I don't know. I mean, I've thought about it. I want to try to swing and get you like someone from out of state
That'd be sweet.
on this, like someone that I know that's just like in town for a show or something. If you want to do like a pop up thing.
I mean, I've done some
band
shorter episodes. I don't care. One of my episodes is only like 45 minutes long.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try to swing that. I'll try to get you like some fucking big wig, have an ass, fucking mediocre death metal dude in
Big
here. or
wig,
something.
have an ass.
Yeah.
Like Kirk Hammett.
Yeah, I can get you Kirk. You want me to call Kirk? Here, I'll call Kirk real
I
quick.
don't even know if I want to
talk.
talk to that dude.
Hey, Kirk. Oh, he's too busy making Fortnite deals, dude.
Yeah,
He
seriously.
can't come in, man.
Talk about sellout.
No, I don't know. Yeah, you usually say that to me. I'll think about it. I think getting Gavin on. I'll put you in contact with him. I don't know. I hear you're doing well. You're doing well, Spencer.
Me?
Yeah.
Phew, I wish.
Keep fucking chipping away at this, dude. I think it's a good thing.
That's all right.
I
It's
like
just,
this
it's more
podcast.
of a documentary right now. I'm just kind of
Yeah. It's
just kind
great.
of fucking getting people's opinions on throughout the couple
Yeah,
years.
dude, it's a
This
pleasure.
has been on for almost 3 years. I'm coming up on the 3rd-year anniversary so far.
See, that's great.
I think Attila was episode 1, and it was published on the 25th of 3 years ago.
Damn.
Yeah, 2021.
Damn. Yeah, dude, time flies.
Yeah.
Time flies.
He's only got 30 plays on that first episode.
Fuck. Dude, run me through all the plays right now.
All the plays?
Can you just
like 40,
can you just blast
this
everyone's
is episode
numbers?
47. Which one do you want to hear?
Know. I want to know. What are my numbers looking like?
Your numbers?
At least 30 people.
This is Spotify numbers,
people.
right?
Okay.
So on Spotify, episode 9, you've got 93 plays.
That's sick.
Yeah, actually on YouTube, you have 8 views.
That's pretty good because YouTube kind of... Well, but on that first one, did that go up on YouTube? Because that was just audio.
It's just audio, yeah.
Oh, really?
It's 8 views.
That's pretty cool.
Your second episode, you're on again.
Yeah.
That one has 38 views on YouTube.
That's not bad. Yeah, on YouTube, fucking, there ain't nothing going on there.
What's your second one on?
What kind of ad revenue? Can I get a percentage of that?
$0. Percentage of 0.
So yeah, if I can get 10% of that zero, it really helped me out right now, man.
Your second episode on Spotify's got 81. So if you add the 81 and 93, that's kind of a lot.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Humans.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That's pretty fun. Do you have a winner? What's your top?
A winner?
Ran one.
Here, I can actually
on Spotify numbers, I guess.
I'll go to ranks on Spotify. I can do the episode rankings. Alex wins. Alex Brady.
Oh, really? That's sick. That's what's
he's
up.
He's still got the top in episode 11.
That's so
92
funny.
92 plays.
92. Edging it out. That's funny.
For YouTube, let's see. I don't know if I can do the rankings like that in YouTube, but I think the highest one is actually Scotty, Nolene, and Isaiah.
Okay.
They have 186 views on one video. Nice. That's the highest video on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's what's up.
Yeah, Scotty and Isaiah. That was a good episode.
Dude,
those dudes are so fucking cool.
I'm telling you, one day you're going to look back, you're going to laugh at these numbers.
Oh, Scotty's on the Minecraft realm too.
Oh, really? All right, you got to get me back up on. Is it the same realm or do I need to get on a new one?
Same realm, I think. Yeah, it's the same realm.
Let's do it. Let's fucking, I'm going to Minecraft it up when I get home.
Awesome, dude. Fabio's been playing a lot. Chris has been playing a lot. We're trying to bug Scotty into playing.
Let's play Minecraft, dude.
He said he would join. He hasn't yet.
Let's do it. Well, that's funny, man. That's funny. I think one day we'll look back on the listening numbers on this and you'll be shocked.
Yeah.
By how low it was. I got faith in this podcast, I think.
Shocked by how low it is?
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah. One day you'll be like, I don't know, you'll be averaging like 1,000 on all these. And then one day you'll be like, hopefully. That's funny. Because I'm doing 10,000 or whatever. I don't know. It's all about time.
We'll see it grow. I don't care. Like I said, I'm doing this to chat with people that are doing cool things.
All right. I finished my tall beer. I have to urinate very badly. Usually I'd say let's take a break, but if we're like 2.5 hours in, it's probably it.
A little more now. So it was good talking with you, man. Until next time.
Always a pleasure to be here, Spencer. Fuck yeah. Bye.